do have a very strong breeze here, as Malcolm said. It may be worth up to 10 metres on a kick. Now, I think what we'll see going into the breeze, we'll see a lot more handball used than the teams going with the breeze. I think they'll rely on the big bomb to kick along, but working into this breeze to score goals, there's no question. The team going into it will have to use up to 2 or 3 handballs to get the ball through to a goal-scoring position. Also very interesting to see what the respective coaches will do with the likes of, say, Kemp and Cousins. Will they be tagged closely and opposed to, say, McLeod and Mashudo? They are, of course, maybe the 4 best or promising ball getters on the ground, but the breeze will have a big effect on the game. No question about that. It does promise to be a hard one, and it will be very scrambling.
Thank you, Curls. And the news is that the West Coast Eagles have won the toss, this all-important toss, and are obviously going with the very strong breeze. You can see there with big Sean Wren, his hair just fluttering in the wind. Ryan Turnbull up against him tonight. There's Mark Rasciuto with Sean Wren, Drew Banfield. The ground, I've got to say, Malcolm, looks an absolute picture.
It is magnificent, and you could almost see if Swanside gets away here, flooding's going to happen.
So here we go, this all-important round 19 clash, Friday night football here from Football Park. Our first double-header on a Friday night this year. Wren up against Turnbull. It's the latter who wins it. Beckley can't take it out of the centre. It comes towards the Crows' advantage through Vardy. He goes down towards right half forward. We're going into the breeze, remember, and it is very, very strong. This is Ken McGregor. He's got the ball, but he's outside 50, tucked in the pocket. Going into the breeze. McGregor, just a young man. You can see that breeze grab it and virtually pull it back towards centre half back. It's locked up by Mitchell White. No one able to get out effectively. Tried to sneak out the back door. Was in fact White looking towards Morrison. He missed it. Tyson Edwards, here's the 100 gamer. The Crows deep into attack early on, but no one home. And Jakovic, who's been in good form, Dennis, takes the mark.
He has indeed, Sandy. Jakovic out of the back pocket, chips it wide. Another man who's played well in recent weeks, Morrison, breaks away, kicks it up towards the wing for the West Coast Eagles. Hart overran it. This will be interesting. Matera and Hart. Hart on the ground. Matera kept his balance. It's out of bounds. Boundary throw in on the outer side wing. Stiff breeze directly down the ground. A nor'wester. The Eagles winning the toss, going with it. The umpires tonight, Goldspink, Burton and Cercia. Tossed in. Difficult for Ruckman too on the breeze. Turnbull at the second attempt off the head of Wren. Still in there. Goodwin's hand pass. McLeod slips over. Recovers. Now he breaks away. Forward of the wing. Kicks inside the 50. Good start by the Crows. Difficult one for Perry. Crowell inside his 50. Feeds it back. Taken on the outer side by Rasciuto. Goes for distance. And sprays it to the right.
Just looking at the matchups in the middle, Dennis, there's nothing. No one's actually tagging anyone at the moment. They're going to play run with rolls, both teams, so I suspect this attacking start from Adelaide might continue.
Jakovic changing direction, gets a bit of space, and virtually goes straight down the middle, smashed forward by Caven. That was okay to O'Loughlin. Back towards Caven again, wobbles it onto the left boot, goes down towards the pocket, straight back towards Jakovic. He's running out of room but manages to pull it back towards the half-back line. Green almost pulled it in, then slapped it towards the line, but did it in pretty subtle fashion. Kemp can't keep it in play, and there will be another throw-in.
Interesting already, Jakovic with those 3 possessions. He's peeled off of Ian Perry. The kick hasn't been good to him. As a young player, sometimes when you get on top by a senior player, it's just to sit alongside him and let him take you to the footy.
No score at the moment. The Eagles, with the breeze, haven't been into attack. Rasciuto comes out of the pack. It's been the Crows doing all the attacking. Crowell down to Beckley. Here's a score. Beckley for goal. There's behind. Gee, should have perhaps made a little more of that. Directly in front, 25 metres out.
They're the chances that tell late in the game.
Yeah, got to take your chances into the breeze. McIntosh. Look at distance on this kick. It still runs on, untouched up towards the wing. Turnbull camped over it, dragged down by Connell. Trapped it, feeds it back. This is Cousins. Cousins, the high ball, well inside the 50. Johnson in front. Bassett knocked it away. Down in front, Peter Matera tried to trap it, didn't succeed, goes again. Over the ball was Hart. Well played, Peter Matera. Got it to Fletcher to Turnbull. Runs inside the...
Ryan Turnbull, the man of the moment, back in the middle now after kicking his 11th goal for the season. The first one for the night for the Eagles after the Crows did what all the early attacking for probably 4 or 5 minutes, but to no avail. Just the one behind. Wren gives it to Bickley. Well done up towards left half forward, and Rashudo takes the mark. A wonderful year for Mark Rashudo. Expected to poll well in the Brownlow medal. Kicks down towards the forward line, and Crowell takes it. Well, diving at half forward.
Sandy, I mean, going that in, if you're not in front, I mean, you really shouldn't be playing the game, because, and that's defenders as well. So, and Crowell just got in front there and put Metropolis right out of action. I mean, you just got to have to stand in front all night.
Kicked a couple of goals last week in his side's loss against the Cats. Kicking from 35 metres. Shouldn't be a problem. Yeah. And the Crows have a quick answer. Andrew Crowell, the boy from Woodville West Torrens, gets his first goal.
Watching him play this year, he's actually got goals early in the game and then just hasn't quite nailed a 4-goal game or a 5-goal game as you'd expect a key forward. He's young, he leads and presents well, nice pair of hands, and he did read that beautiful, and looks a reasonably tidy kick. So it'd be nice to see him just go on for the Crows' sake here and actually kick a multiple goals.
So the Crows by a point. Ball floats on the bounce. Wren taps it down. Rashudo dragged off it. Socked forward by Banfield out towards the wing. Picks it up. Well played by McLeod. Ghosting through, but the kick goes out of bounds on the full. Instinctive.
I'm not sure if Cousins is on McLeod, but I hope it's that way. It's either Kemp or McLeod, and Cousins and McLeod. It's exciting.
Either way, we like it.
Yeah.
Kemp down towards the pocket. On the lead down there, Donnelly, fisted away by Bassett, taken by Hart with some time, plenty of time as it turns out, kicks it back towards half-back. McLeod trapped it. I think it's Cousins and McLeod. Down goes Cousins, held a long time. Turnbull lacking support. Like watching bulk mail down there. It's not moving very quickly. Kemp on his knees gets the hand pass towards half forward. Bassett hurriedly up towards the wing. Jakovic, awkward half volley, made it look easy. Strong tackle by Perry, got him down. This is Bickley, nicely played. Rashudo takes on the tackler, stiff arms him, kicks down inside the 50. In front down there, McGregor knocked away by McIntosh. O'Loughlin, was he carried forward looking for a kick? Williams has got it. He's out of bounds. The ball's still in. McIntosh picks it up, throws it on the boot. High ball back towards the wing, setting himself for Rashudo. He knocked it down. Cousins has it now. Right half back, chips towards the wing. Good mark, young man. Green lays it off to Banfield.
Drew Banfield from centre wing up towards half forward. Johnson was at the back trying to affect the spoil from Matera. Bassett gets the hand pass away. He'd be very pleased that Scotty Cummings isn't playing tonight. Kicked 14 when they met earlier this year. That bounces just inside the line.
I think the interesting matchup we've got, boys, is McLeod and Kemp. That should be a fantastic duel.
Yes, looks that way, although Cousins has actually been close to him, although Simon Goodwin now going on to Ben Cousins, so I think that might be the matchup.
Yep.
Just in the Eagles' attacking zone. Remember, they're going with the aid of a strong breeze. Turnbull wins it. Tried to get it down towards Kemp or Green. Neither to take it. Kemp locks it up. Oh, gee, he was good then, Kemp. Aggressive at the ball. He gets it out to Turnbull, who floats it down towards half-forward. Pressure on Hart. He overruns it. Caban puts his body in over the top. They asked the question, the Eagles, and they got the answer in the affirmative.
someone can explain that to me, I'd like to know.
Well, I think that the key to that, Neil, is that that's fine. But for goodness sake, let's make sure it's consistent for the night then. If that's going to be the way they're going to play the game, in an awful conditional like this.
Big call.
How could you possibly get that out?
Oh,
Well, Rowan Jones has got a shot. His accuracy hasn't been all that flash so far this season. He's kicked 5 goals, 10 coming into this game, and now 6 goals.
I see you've purchased 2 new vehicles.
Yeah, the Triton and the Express.
Are they used primarily for business or pleasure? Well, which one?
Which one gives me the biggest deduction?
Triton and Express. They're a pleasure to work with.
It is Mitsubishi.
If they do it for most of the night, we'll be totally confused. Back in the middle. 2 straight to 1-1. Enterprising start. Turnbull knocks it down. Bickley hurriedly out of the middle. Floats it still inside the centre square. Goodwin, quick hands. Rashudo in space. He's on the wing. He comes back to O'Loughlin. It was unnecessary. Now Rashudo kicking down towards half forward. Well-weighted kick. McLeod's got it. Looping hand pass. Goodwin. Good on the left peg. Starts it left. Bends it back. Not quite enough. The idea was right.
It'll take a very tough kick from that side of the ground tonight, Dennis, with that breeze pulling it away from those goals. And Simon Goodwin, he's been a good finisher at times this year. Couple of bad misses last week, actually, against Geelong late.
Yeah, he wouldn't be confident, would he?
McIntosh kicks in. Straight to Wren. Wren kicks it back inside the 50. Spotted a man loose, and that's McGregor. McGregor is marked about 40 metres out. This is no gimme. 4 points the difference. The Eagles on top, but kicking with a very strong breeze after winning the toss. And McGregor will kick from just inside the 50. Head down, gives it everything. It falls straight down, off hands in front of the pack. Turnbull feeds it out wide to no one in particular. Leading in the race, it's Reid under pressure. Connell did well close to the boundary line, kept it going initially. Chopped off by McIntosh.
McIntosh's short little kick is going to be okay. Marked just inside the line by one of the goal kickers so far tonight in Rowan Jones. Caven on the mark on that half-back flank. Jones with the breeze at his back kicks towards centre wing. A number of big high flyers, and it is a Crows free kick. It's going to go the way of Robran, I think.
Gee, that back has to be guarded on those long kicks by either side.
Comments there from Neil Curley down on the boundary line as Vardy goes wide to the outer side.
Like
pushed out wide towards McLeod. In towards the pocket. Crowell was there. He got a hand to it, but that was all. It's coming back, however, because umpire Darren Goldspink is going to award him the ball.
just interesting, that kick from Peter Vardy, as we look at that free kick as he's pulled off the ball. I mean, he gave it all his worth, and Peter Vardy's a very long kick. David Gallagher did very well just to tap it in the path of his teammate then, and Andrew McLeod, and try and set up Crowell. But gee, that ball did pull up dramatically.
Crowell has one. .40 metres out. Tight angle, keeping it low, but drifts it straight across the face. Bickley tried to keep it in play towards Caven, but it's taken over by Jakovic, and we've got another throw in the left forward pocket. Adelaide down by 4 points, but kicking into the breeze. Wren plucks it out of the air. The big man can't get free from Ryan Turnbull, who rips him to the ground. The ball is held in, and there will be another bounce. Not quite a full house here at Football Park, but somewhat wintry conditions here in Adelaide for the past couple of days. Heavy rain earlier this morning and in the surrounding foothills, but it has cleared down here at Football Park for the moment. leaving in its wake the strong gale going straight down the ground. Wren again, jumping for front spot, can't win it out. McLeod did beautifully to Goodwin, and goes onto that left foot again, in towards full forward, the mark not taken, and tapped over for another behind.
Interesting play, isn't it? The left footer is getting caught in that pocket, and as I said, it's very difficult there. It's 9 times inside 50 for Adelaide, 4 to the Eagles. So at the moment, Adelaide just in front, but not on the scoreboard. Very difficult to kick goals down that end.
Consuming some time, though. They'd be happy with that. Here's Dean Kemp, right half back, kicking it up towards the wing. Not his best effort. It bounces out of bounds. Dean Kemp coming off 36 possessions last week. His season's high 37 against Hawthorn round 10. Last season, not once over 30. Interesting story. Having a great season, as Mel said earlier. Boundary throw in down towards the wing. West Coast by 3 points. Rucks go at it. Turnbull. Edwards did well. Wren in trouble. Lost it. Jarred out of there. Turnbull, a willing worker. He's had a wonderful season, and just as well he's been there for the West Coast Eagles. They traded Fuster and Ball. Gardner went down, and Turnbull hasn't missed a step. Here's a bounce alongside the centre square. Wren and Turnbull.
Pretty honest footy here at the moment. See nearly every player except for Ben Hart and Peter Matera. Opponents, number 34 there, and Matera on the other side of the pack. This is interesting. This is a lottery.
Knocked it down. Edwards stole it, kicking towards half forward. Morrison did well. Knocks it across the boundary line. Mark Bickley in doubt during the week. What a warrior.
That was a good
game. You expect him there.
It was good defensive action by a forward then by Bickley.
So boundary throw in left half forward. It'll be this sort of game tonight. Stop-start affair, one would assume. Wren played it cagily in front and held to him by Turnbull, and Goldspink will bounce it.
It's going to be an interesting call, that. Other players doing that around the ground are penalised holding the ball.
They should be holding the ball, Malcolm, I feel.
Yeah, I prefer Ruckman to actually hit it forward, Neil, to be honest, just to get the game going.
You're saying that's prior opportunity?
Yeah, that's prior opportunity.
To mark the ball, and he's tackled, I think he should be holding the ball.
Adelaide's record against West Coast pretty good here at Football Park. This time he does get away with it, Wren. Down towards a full forward. No mark taken by Perry. Jakovic under the pump hurriedly gets boot the ball back to Turnbull in front of Wren. They've played 8 times, and Adelaide has won 6 of those encounters as Jakovic goes towards Mitchell White, who plucks a beauty from Robran on centre wing. In towards half forward. Morrison was earmarked, and he's going to be paid the ball. He was interfered with. Goodwin almost came in from the side, but he gets his kick down towards full forward, over the top and sailing through for a behind. Clean bowling a couple, including Fraser Gehrig, whose name has been bandied round in a number of circles, many suggesting, Malcolm, that he may return to the state from whence he came.
Yes, there's been much speculation on that, hasn't there? What about the kick from Morrison then? It's gone 80 metres. It was amazing.
No one on the mark there, though.
You can see that ball hold up. Mitchell White defends and defends well, but it's popped down towards Vardy. Plucked by Turnbull. Made a good start. Ryan Turnbull. Centering ball. Should be okay for Chad Fletcher. Fletcher's still 70 metres out, but he gets onto a 50-metre ball down towards the forward line and taken to the line. Good work by Vardy once again. You can see their number 30 for the Adelaide Crows. It's in front of the scoreboard here at Football Park that sees the West Coast leading by 4 points.
Sandy, this has been Adelaide Crows' problem area. These last few minutes in this first quarter is when they've been actually blitzed a bit by sides. So they'll be well aware of that.
Here's Kemp getting through. Runs into an open goal and kicks it.
As the 2000 Olympic torchbearers continue their epic journey to Sydney, you can follow them every step of the way with the 2000 Olympic Torch Relay Starter Pin Kit. To own this rare piece of Olympic history, collect new tokens each weekend in the Advertiser and Sunday Mail for your new pins. The 2000 Olympic Torch Relay Starter Pin Kit. Whatever you do, don't miss the Advertiser and Sunday Mail this weekend.
Well, Malcolm mentioned that it was towards the end of the first quarter that the Crows have had their problems, and it was opportune perhaps that Dean Kemp suddenly nips in with a goal. Been very, very good Banfield out of the middle, down towards Mitchell White. Oh, somehow he almost got out the back door. Johnson was flooded. The ball builds free at the back. Lurking is Reed, but he can't get a run at it. They're under the pump now, but Robrin gets the hand pass away to McLeod. McLeod goes to the outer side. Oh. Now it's going to open up for the Roo. He can go all the way. 50, 40, 35 metres. He shoots towards goal, and he's drifted with that breeze across to the left. One behind.
He must have ran out of petrol because he could have gone a lot further than that.
Well, that's either cheating or a major breakdown, isn't it?
Well, isn't it funny? When you get runs on in goals sometimes, the only way you can stop it is actually kick a goal. So perhaps Mark Rasciuto was the man nominated to take a punt. Banfield went forward, and that's what happened.
1-4, the 3-1 as Wren marks between centre wing and half forward. Call to play on now. Goes with the left foot in towards full forward. Smash down. Here is the Norm Smith medalist. That's the way you do it. McLeod at work.
Oh, there's some, I must say, there's some magical sights in footy. I don't think there's much better than that, or many better than that, I should say. It was just a great read. Big fist from McIntosh, and it's just too quick. It's hit him, bounced off, and Andrew McLeod, just wonderful take.
Wonderful stuff from Andrew McLeod, taking the breeze out of the equation, just bouncing it through. Bellotti waiting to come on. Interesting if they take Turnbull off. Wren knocks it down. Fletcher gets a hand pass away. Rasciuto hand passes towards half forward. Awkward one for Perry. Charging in was Edwards. He went down. Fletcher butters up again to Morrison. His hand pass goes to Peter Matera. Swings it inside the centre square. In front is Kemp. Kemp plays on immediately. Probing kick inside the 50. Donnelly is up from behind Bassett. This is Johnson. Nicely worked. Bought himself some time. Kicks wide towards the outer side. It bounces out of bounds. Ryan Turnbull off the ground. Bellotti comes on. Well, I don't know about that. Turnbull has started very well. Obviously preordained, I would say.
Spot on there, Dennis.
Oh, I think that Wren's been very good too, Dennis.
You expect that of Wren. Down to Vardy. High ball back towards the wing. Morrison over the top. Crowd wanting a free kick for Goodwin. Picked up by Perry. Goodwin, as if there were justice, got the ball anyway. Gets it to Robrin. Forward of the centre circle. He shuffles away with that characteristic gait. Goes for the low trajectory kick. It skims on down towards the goal line. Banfield gets back and takes it across the line. So Bellotti, who did well last week when he came on and rucked, he's thrown the challenge here again. McIntosh up towards half back is away.
Clears towards centre wing. Gee, it's going to be very wide and difficult to keep in play. Bellotti, who's just come onto the ground, can't do so, and there will be a throw in on centre wing.
Certainly, there's another problem with kicking with the breeze, of course. And actually, the ball goes away from you a bit, so it's as hard sometimes to actually get the purposeful kick right. And the effectiveness of both teams now. Adelaide's actually more effective at the moment than what the Eagles are.
From the throw in, smash towards Tyson Edwards, couldn't control it. Back towards Goodwin. A hurried left foot kick passes Morrison and Bickley. Chad may have copped a little bit of a nudge in the back then. Well, it's gone towards Bickley. Morrison wasn't happy. Bickley centering kick in towards half forward. Here's another one. Vardy loves that situation, and he makes no mistake.
Ci tengo la mia macchina, sai, è proprio un amore. E capirai, quindi, mi è venuto quasi un attacco cardiaco quando ha cominciato a fare bang, bang, bang. L'ho portato subito a Oltreciuni e il meccanico mi ha detto che si trattava del timing. Hanno fatto la diagnosi, me l'hanno aggiustata e non mi hanno fatto pagare mica tanto, sai. Oltreciuni, brava gente. I speak my language.
Adelaide led it by 4 points, but probably the story is 8 scoring shots to 4. High bounce Bellotti did well, but knocked it straight down to Goodwin. Smothered off the boot. It ricochets up towards half forward. Down goes Edwards, but not before he got the hand pass away to Vardy. Vardy smothered off the boot, gets his second chance. Cousins was the man who did the smothering. Vardy kicks well inside the 50. McGregor forced to spoil. Williams is run down, taken high, will get the free kick. Andrew Williams, about 20 minutes out from his own defensive goal, plays on to Reed. Plenty of men free in the middle, but amongst three Eagles he found Wren. Connell hurriedly, awkward bounce for Williams, waiting behind Jakovic, dragged off the kick, but that was clever. Got it across to Peter Matera, probing kick. Connell goes back and marks forward of half-back, wants to go. Man across the ground. Vardy, meters in the clear. Well, McLeod is on for the next one, and McLeod can run it down to the 50. Nobody even close. McLeod to the 50. Checks on the kick slightly. Crowell will need to go. Spoils from behind. In front, Edwards taken. Gets the hand pass back to Crowell. Crowell across to O'Loughlin. Miscued. Bounces to Jakovic. Jakovic under the pressure down there. Hurriedly away. Morrison in the pocket. That's cool. Nice sidestep. Chad Morrison kicks it up towards the wing. Tailor-made for Caven. You need to get it in front, as Curls pointed out before. Problems if the ball runs free at the back on the breeze. Chance now for Hart. Twisting out of trouble. Cousins arching the back brilliantly. Hooks it down towards half forward. Robran on his chest.
Can go wide to the outer side. We've got 4.5 minutes left in this first quarter. Gallagher's kick, not good. Garrick might make him pay. Although that too was interesting. Kemp will keep it in play, only just. What's he got downfield? Garrick drifts into the pocket, and with McLeod on his hammer, takes the mark in the left forward pocket, just in front of the scoreboard that sees Adelaide leading by 4 points. But they've done the bulk of the attacking. They've had 8 scoring shots to the West Coast 4 as far as effective shots. And inside 50,
the breeze
they've been dominating.
Yeah, the breeze will help here if he puts it across the face of the goal.
Gee, the kicking has been poor from both sides, really, in that last couple of minutes there. The David Gallagher kick missed 2 Adelaide Groves players, but there's a couple of kicks from the Eagles that have gone over teammates' heads as well.
Garrick is a goal kicker and has been for the West Coast Eagles this year, and that looks a pretty good kick. That is a sensational goal from that pocket to Fraser Garrick. He kicks his first, his 34th for the season. And again, the Eagles edge in front.
Yes, I must say from that pocket, the breeze would drag the ball back through the goals. So if you just get it up in the air, kick it just to the front of the goals a little bit, it'll probably just drift back in, and that's exactly what happened by the left foot or right foot. And the really key to it was just kick the ball up in the air, and he certainly did that, and it just drifted back in nicely on the breeze.
2 points the margin. 3 3/4 minutes remaining. A couple of points in it. Back in the middle, Wren, who's been on the ball for the quarter, up against Bellotti. Unable to get away cleanly. It was Bickley. Kicks down towards half forward. Reed could have almost been paid. In fact, has. Comes wide towards centre wing. Bellotti taken out. Cousins running. Ben Cousins is clear. In towards centre half forward. No one at home for the Eagles. Or waiting down was Banfield. He needs support. Wren intercepts. Got a hand to it, but that was all. Matera looks for and gets the free kick.
Yes, and you'd have to say that was high.
Yep.
Albeit for a short while, it was certainly high.
5 goals last week. Phil Matera in blistering form in front of goals against St Kilda. 40 for the season. And with no Scott Cummings, the Eagles will be looking for him to produce at least 3 or 4, maybe more a week. "45 metres out." Good looking kick from Matera, and he's got another one. A very handy goal close to the siren.
This will be the setting for one of the most bruising battles of the year.
What a tackle!
2 proud nations fighting for rugby's holy grail. 2 champion teams playing for one ultimate prize.
This is one battle you will not want to miss.
For pride, for honour, the Bledisloe Cup. Australia versus New Zealand. Live 7:30 Saturday night on 7.
Philip Matera, 41 goals for the season, closing in on Scott Cummings at 47, but not playing again this season. Of course, 14 of those 47 came in round 4 against the Crows. Good bounce in the centre. Wren finds it on the ground. Eventually it spills wide of the pack and Cousins drives it down towards half forward. Bassett fisted away from Donnelly. Robran under pressure hurriedly kicks back towards the middle. Bellotti the big jump. This is Reid hurriedly to centre half forward. Over the head of Philip Matera. Still Philip Matera gets through, runs towards goal. They won't catch him and he misses. Oh, how important was that? In the context of this game, that was huge. 5-2, 3-5. Hart wasting no time. Kicks it to the outer side. Vardy is away. Clever hand pass under the circumstances. Got it to Wren. Releases Connell. Runs up to the wing. Kicks it down towards half forward. Over the top comes McIntosh. Knocked on by Jakovic towards the wing. Coming through Rashudo. Has he got the footy, Rashudo? He's looking for a free kick. Nothing doing. Crashing it out there was Green. He's at the base of that pack. The umpire will have no alternative but bounce it down.
Pretty willing first quarter, Malcolm.
Oh, it's been good, actually. I mean, some of the kicking because of the wind. I think we're just going to make allowances.
Sure.
It's not Colonial Stadium, is it? It's with the roof on.
No, Malcolm.
That's why he's an expert.
I think you'll find the goal scoring will be more accurate going with the breeze instead of into it.
You talked about the meterage on kicks, but what's it worth in goals, Malcolm, a breeze like this?
Oh, well, you never know. You know, it's sort of 4 goals, I suppose.
Yeah. Umpire Goldspink has found a kick here that will give the Crows the chance to close the gap. It will still test Perry. He's going straight into it. Probably kicking from 45 metres, 46 metres. Adelaide at the moment have goals from Crowell, McLeod and Vardy. And now Ian Perry back into the lineup this week. 9 goals in his 11 games. And you can see what the wind does. Another behind. 3 goals, 6.
Pretty tough crowd, aren't they? Big groan when he misses, but it's even hard to drop the ball. That's half the problem, isn't it, Mel? Getting the ball down to the foot without it having sort of drift off or start to sort of come unglued.
Yes, and if you don't guide it down with your dominant hand, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. And blokes that are poor kicks get found out on nights like this.
Just over a minute. McIntosh has got to be pinpoint accurate, and he is, finding Phil Matera. He thought about Jakovic wide, but no one on the mark, so he gains a couple of metres. Kicks towards centre wing. They go down like 9 pins. But Bassett takes the mark. Wren picks himself up. Has a look round for Bellotti. Spots him. So he goes on with the job. Goodwin's clear. Gets away from Jones and kicks in towards O'Loughlin. One grab. Couldn't take it. McIntosh and Jakovic down in front. It's the latter who gets a hurried kick back towards Fletcher. He's pushed into the ball and he's still going. Chad Fletcher needs support. Eventually does it on his own. Swings it back towards the centre. Wren got the fly, but he couldn't complete the mark. Peter Matera's in the thick of things as well. He had to beat 2 or 3. It's slapped forward by Robran, but only for a moment. Robran tries to close it up once again, along with a couple of teammates. It's in the middle of Football Park, and we have a ball up. 24 plays 32. The West Coast leading by 8 points. Wren tries to slap it round the back. Taken by Kemp. Close to siren time. Rashudo. And there, in fact, is the siren. Tough first quarter here at Football Park. One of these sides will fall out of the finals race, one feels, should they lose tonight. At quarter time, it is the West Coast Eagles. 5 goals to 32, leading Adelaide 3-6.
Tonight's weather update brought to you by...
Thanks, Mum. Hello again. Not quite so chilly tonight with early drizzle clearing for a fine afternoon.
So we've got to take advantage of that, and hopefully if we stay as competitive as we were at the start of the game, we give ourselves enough chances to score.
Peter Vardy's best start for a few weeks.
Yeah, he was very good out there. The half-back line was good, and they rebounded and found him out there a couple of times. He played the wing pretty well.
Two dangerous players for West Coast this quarter will be Kemp and Cousins with their running movement.
Yeah, they've got a bit of the ball there, but it was a pretty good matchup between the midfields. I thought they were both at it, so it's good when football's like that.
You'd like to see a good lead this quarter.
Oh, yeah, we've got to take advantage of a really good start there.
All the best. Back to you, Sandy.
Thank you, Curls. Yes, the margin is 8 points, so they will be very keen to build on that. Bellotti starting the second quarter on the ball against Wren. There's Mark Beckley. And the second quarter underway here at Football Park. 8 points is the margin. West Coast leading. Goals from Kemp, Gehrig, Jones, Phil Matera and Ryan Turnbull got the first one of the night. What can they do in the second quarter into the breeze? Cousins gets the first kick down towards half forward. Robin couldn't take it on the half volley. Comes back towards Cousins again. He does well as he took the hand pass from Fletcher. Kicks down towards the forward line. And Mitchell White takes the diving mark in this very difficult pocket. Distance shouldn't be a problem. He's 30 metres out, but he's on a 45-degree angle. Malcolm, goal kicker extraordinaire. Take us through this and what exactly he has to do. Where's he got to aim?
I think he's going to have to aim at the left-hand goalpost or go inside for a short pass.
And he chose the latter.
I would have taken the short pass, I reckon, from there.
OK, what's Fraser got to do?
Well, what he's got to do is he's actually got a natural hooking foot. Now, what he needs to do is probably put it about 2 metres outside the left-hand goalpost.
And give the goals away.
You've got to give the goals away on this day because you've already seen some teammates kick for it.
Righto, let's see. 2 metres to the left. He started that fairly well to the right, and it will just about go out of bounds, but it could be a miraculous snap. No, it's going to be kept in play, and it will be repelled back from whence it came. Gehrig will chip short. That's okay, finding Cousins, but he's still 60 metres out, and in this breeze, that's a long way. Cousins decides to go as long as he can in towards full forward. Bassett and the defence standing firm for the Adelaide Crows. They can change direction to Johnson on the outer side. They've got to make some space now. Oh, a long kick with the aid of the breeze. Reid under the pump from Tyson Edwards. O'Loughlin, there'll be a free kick coming back to the young Eagle. Phil Reid on half back. Kicking down towards centre wing, finding Phil Matera. Still 8 points the margin in favour of the West Coast. Matera. Trying to keep it low, chipping short up towards Gehrig. Caven has other ideas, and there's a throw in on right half forward. Adelaide did the bulk of the attacking early on in the first quarter. The Eagles looking to control it early on this time.
Just structure, I've just worked out Peter Matera is actually playing an extra player in the back line. So Adelaide now have 7 in their forward line. Kane Johnson's gone with him.
Here's Cousins, started brilliantly in this term. Interesting hand pass, went about 15 metres close to the boundary line. He comes again. His work rate very high at the present time. They need him too. Rashudo very good in the opening term. Mark Rashudo into double figures in that first quarter. Averaging 27 possessions a game this season, Rashudo, up from 21 last season. So the game very much will be won in the midfield. Wren over his shoulder, good one. Gains about 30 metres on the bounce and gets it across the line.
Interesting. Mark Rashudo then pulled 50 metres away from the contest after Rowan Jones got sucked into it and then retreated very, very quickly indeed. So that certainly is part of a plan, I'd suggest, to get Rashudo on that offensive side of the pack.
Almost got them a goal in the opening term. Tossed in. Wren hooks it down behind. Philip Matera couldn't control it. Bellotti away to Cousins again. Cousins forward of the wing. Kicks it down towards the 50. Rotman. Good grab. Under real pressure. How about that mark last week in the goal square at Shell Stadium? Drives it around the outer side this time about 60-65 metres. Jakovic coming as far as Vardy. Here's a chance for Edwards. Gets through the oncoming traffic and kicks down towards the 50. McGregor's there with McIntosh. McIntosh played it pretty well. Socket off the ground. Fraser Gehrig running after this one. Picks up on the wing. Closing on him, Edwards. Edwards was taken down by Matera. Interesting shepherd at best. Gehrig didn't quite know what to do. He was a little confused. He was disorientated. The ball's out of bounds. He may have been watching that shepherd and thought, what the heck is going on there? And as a result, after that, his play just didn't work. Almost took a dipper.
Here's McLeod to half forward. Or Perry had it spent a little too early. Jakovic up against McLeod, who takes him to the line.
I tell you what, if Perry's going to drop those opportunities against Jakovic, he's in for a tough night.
No score so far in this second quarter. Wren jostles with Bellotti, wins the spot, then belts it down, only to see it taken to the line once again by Andrew Williams.
Well, I must say the Eagles have started this quarter by winning their share of the footy in tight. I mean, that's what they've done, and they've restricted Adelaide.
Front spot again for Wren, but Matera was ripped off the ball, doesn't get a free kick. Goodwin went without it. Matera in over the top. Johnson somehow gets out. Short little kick touched by Jakovic. Play on is the call. Around goes Rashudo, long in towards full forward. A chance at the back, and it is going to come back. There will be a free kick. McGregor is going to take it and will kick a goal directly in front, 10 metres out.
I must admit, I was watching the back of that contest, and I thought Crowell just gave someone a nice little shove.
I was watching exactly the same thing.
So whether the repercussions have ended up on Ken McGregor, I'm not sure. Oh.
McGregor for goal. Kicks it.
Sunday.
You're a lawyer, right? That's what it says in his underwear.
Dharma's best friend Katie Lang guest stars.
My summer fling.
Performing her latest hit single, Summer Fling.
That was great.
Dharma and Greg, Sunday, 7:30 on 7. And now a moment from Will and Grace.
I'm not putting my mouth on this thing. Who knows what those paramedics use these dolls for while they're sitting around waiting for a fire.
The all-new series of Will and Grace starts Sunday at 8 on 7.
The old chain reaction play, eh? Pays to be in front. You can't push anyone there. Bounce back in the centre. Wren comes with the run, knocks it down. Well played. Got it to Vardy, to Johnson. Runs to centre half forward. Goes bang. It's a long kick. Has it got the carry? Back goes McIntosh. Oh, gee. We're a long way from the action. McIntosh touched the ball, but where exactly did he touch it? On his fingertips. Dennis, like to see that one again, as they say, Mel. Talk us through this.
Well, now on the fourth umpire at them, no, I won't say anything about that. Here we go. He leans back. Ooh. Oh, my word.
Hey.
Giddy aunt.
Very hard angle.
I'm proud of my depth perception sometimes. There's the kick towards the outer side. Up goes Bellotti. Still Bellotti. Lays it off. Taken by Reid. Kicks it up towards the wing. Well done. Perry came back hard, knocked it down to the advantage of Caven, tries to thread it across to Goodwin, didn't succeed. It goes out of bounds. Boundary throw in. Eagles lead at 5-2, 4-7, just under 15 minutes till half time.
Can you tell me, Dennis, can the
goal umpire,
no, can a goal umpire watch the line and a hand 8 feet off the ground? And I'll tell you, no, he can't.
Absolutely right.
Well, ponder that as Rashudo again goes in towards full forward. It skids away into the pocket and over the line.
Plus, with all those bodies flying around down there too, I know if I were a goal umpire, I would be concerned.
Here we go. Now let's have a look. I mean, the ball's what, 8 feet, good 8 feet in the air. How can you watch both things at the one time? Physically impossible, I say.
Yes.
What is it about Adelaide?
Here's Jakovic, but again there's been a whistle.
You left that alone.
Morrison's going to take the free kick.
Try to answer that.
Morrison goes to McIntosh, Malcolm. Wider towards Kemp. Vardy is right there with him. And Dean Kemp takes it over the line. We might have another angle, and you can see how difficult the goal umpire's job is. Well, he's in a perfect position, Malcolm, isn't he?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I think you've just had a bad day on the golf course, frankly.
No.
I do.
I think we can give him some help. That's all.
Okay. Here's Rashudo. Needs help as well and gets it from McLeod. He's on centre wing and he flicks it round the body and it's a long kick. Johnson's lurking at the back. Tyson Edwards was in front. Danger signs are up here for the West Coast Eagles. Oh, taken high as Matera went in and listen to the crowd.
Oh, wacko. Here's a good one.
Tyson can't believe it. He said, this is my 100th game. I almost lost my head. Have a look at this.
Well, if we said Philip Materis was very fair, I suppose he did get in front on and did duck a bit, but to keep on going in the tackle.
In the meantime, play goes on. Johnson cannot keep it. It's going to come back.
Square up.
Yep. Umpire Goldspink.
They don't square up, do they?
You're chatting to yourself now. Has found McGregor will take the free kick. He's already kicked one in this quarter.
But if the other umpires know enough to square up, why don't they overrule?
Why don't they have a fourth umpire sitting up here and say it's wrong? Here we go. Ashley McIntosh. Gee, he just held on for a second, didn't he?
I feel like I'm sitting on the couch.
McGregor, point blank range, kicks the goal.
Ah, there's that ad again.
What ad?
You know, the one with the dog on the bottle?
It's not a dog. It's a Tasmanian tiger.
Huh?
There's none left, you know.
What, they sold out?
No, no more Tasmanian tigers. They're extinct, although a lot of people reckon they're still out there in the Tasmanian wilderness.
Well, this one's definitely extinct.
Cascade Premium Light. It's the best light beer you'll ever taste.
Crows lead by 5 points. Turnbull back on the ground for the West Coast Eagles. And suddenly, momentum has shifted. It's running with the Crows. And Wren doing pretty well in there. Knocks it down. McLeod comes away. Still going, McLeod. Kicks inside the 50 again. Crowd surrounded. Fingertipper, well, almost. Morrison kept his cool. Gets the hand pass away. Williams needs to be careful. That was good work. Gets it across to Reed. Terrible kick coming out. Wren was waiting to come off the ground through the interchange gates. And he's back to the ball. The crowd alerted him. So he went back after it. He's coming off, I think, under the blood rule.
Yeah, nasty eye, Dennis.
Rotten luck for him, but that was interesting. Had a call to make himself in. The crowd roared, and he did go after the footy. Hurriedly by Green. It bounces across the line. It will be tossed in once more on the wing.
It's just following up those umpiring decisions. I mean, when you're playing the game, you just got to get on with it. You know, we've made a comment on it, but it's also a bit like us. I mean, you just got to forward short. You can't do anything about it now, can you?
But the players are the best at just ignoring it, I reckon, don't you? Yeah. They just get on with the game. And you talk to players after a game, and rarely do they talk about the umpires. Rashudo, McLeod, Goodwin with the finish. Waking goal on the run.
Yes, wonderful setup then from their on-field brigade. Lachlan Smart then, Rashudo, as he always does, whacks it forward. McLeod just clean. And that trio of very good players for the Adelaide Crows. Three of their best for the season, probably. And Simon Goodwin finishes off with a goal.
Cut just under the right eye. Being attended to on Sean Wren.
There'll be a couple of stitches there, Sandy.
Yeah, an 8-point deficit, though, is now an 11-point lead. And if they win it out of the centre, that could well be stretched again. And Rashudo does that towards Vardy. The danger signs are up. Vardy goes to half forward. It was smashed over the back to the boundary line. Crowds playing behind Metropolis, and together they see it over.
Malcolm, just keep an eye on Kemp. I can't quite work out what position he's in now. I think they've taken him off the ball on the wing, I think.
No, he started at half forward, Neil. Both him and Matera played a kick behind. He was out of the middle, but he's now looked as though he's moved onto the ball.
13 effective scoring shots to just 7.
You'd think you'd have him on the ball in this quarter, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I wonder what happened at the start of that first bounce. He was out of it. Here's Sean Wren, and
that's how he copped it.
He's just copped the elbow coming down from Turnbull there. Just a grazing blow.
Goodwin couldn't get a run at it. Reed, head down, bottom up. Button loses it. Crows a chance. A snap in towards goal, goes across the face and over the head of McIntosh from Mark Bickley.
Was that a drop kick?
No, drop punt.
He did have a bad.
There we go. That is a drop kick.
It is too. Of endangered
Come on,
species.
girls.
I'm very low down here.
Metropolis to the outer side.
A dropping. One for the archival footage on the outer side. Turnbull. I think he paid the mark. He did, and rightly so. Ryan Turnbull is at right half back, and the Eagles needing a lift now. Under 12 minutes till half time, but that's plenty of time for the Crows to really pull away with this. And on balance, they look capable. Gehrig at the back of the pack, in trouble. Caven got him. Jarred loose. Well played, Caven. Hurriedly onto the boot. O'Loughlin inside the centre square. Hurried kick, a high ball down towards full forward. Crowell reduced to the role of spoiling. McGregor did well. Bickley gets the hand pass across McLeod, and he bounces through another one. The master.
Last month, as Miss Lucy Dawson returned home from work, her boyfriend Ross finally popped the question. Luckily, Lucy was insured with Amy, who, unlike most insurance companies, believe if you've held a rating 1 for the last 3 years, you deserve to keep it for life, which all goes to prove.
A 26-point turnaround since quarter time. Girls having a look at Dean Kemp on that outer wing up against Peter Vardy as Johnson tries to apply the tackle. Matera comes away. The ball almost stopping in the breeze. Doesn't quite make it to the 50. Robin tried to slap it, but it's taken by the roving Kemp. Kemp flicks it in towards full forward. An opportunity maybe for the West Coast Eagles, but back to Robin again. They're defending stoutly. Bassett will head towards Connell. It's a wobbly old ball, but Connell keeps it in play. Goes straight to Matera, and that could prove costly. Just outside 50, went over the head of Mitchell White. Vardy is again on the outer side. He was following Kemp. Vardy now goes onto the left foot, kicks down towards centre wing. Beautiful movement there by Biglands. Keeps it in play in towards Tyson Edwards. Can't get a clear run at it. Cousins can. He goes in towards the 50. Now the opportunity is there with Matera. He can flick it in towards full forward. And the mark not taken, but it is going to be paid to the young man, Casey Green. You're pretty impressed by this boy, Dennis. He's only a youngster playing in his 3rd game and just 20 years of age.
Up off the rookie list, Sandy, from East Fremantle. Yep. Looks a player.
Goes short, and Reed.
Gehrig's off the ground too. Simmons just came on.
Didn't look as though it was injury, Dennis.
No.
No, he looks fine.
So Reed to stop this run that the Adelaide Crows have had going. 4 goals they've kicked. 4 goals to nothing.
What did you say, Malcolm, when Biglands went short then?
Oh, yeah, it wasn't much point in it, Neil, was it?
No, long.
Reed, 45-degree angle. 37 metres out. Is unsuccessful.
Well, I guess we made mention in that first quarter that any shot on goal down that end is going to be very difficult, and once again it's proved the case.
They need to pinch a goal though, West Coast.
Bassett straight down the middle. Turnbull in from the side. Cousins, bit of aerial work, flicking it wide. Williams caught, gets a short little kick. Nice use of the body. Fletcher goes in towards half forward, and Matera again gets an opportunity. Phil directly in front. Donnelly on the ground and drifting down into that forward line. He was amongst the goals last week, Andrew Donnelly. Matera then for his second. You can see what lies ahead of him. But he's going straight into the breeze, straight into it. And he's puzzled. He is puzzled.
Yeah, I'd almost get Matthew Robin to kick this out and go 70 metres with a big torque down the middle and get everyone to run there. I mean, they've got to clear it out of the area and kick goals quickly, and Bassett's kicking okay, but once again out wide.
Turnbull, the big leap from behind, punches it back inside the 50. Gallagher, meters in the clear now. Not a very good kick, very high towards the wing. Charging in was Morrison, got a fist on it, angled towards the boundary line. O'Loughlin picks it up just inside the field of play. Clever delayed the hand pass, bought some time for Robran. Kicks it around the outer side. Precise it was. Bickley to the run of Goodwin, who kicks inside the 50, way up the head of Crowell. Coming up was McIntosh. Crowell gathered the ball nicely, gets the hand pass across to McGregor, scrubs it towards the pocket, picked up there by Reid, who hurries it towards the boundary line and gets it out. Should have done better, Adelaide. Sean Wren waiting to come back on. Stitched under that right eye. Turnbull and Biglands lock up again. Turnbull could have almost got a free in front there. It goes back across the boundary line. Under 8 minutes till half-time. Good term for the Crows. Quarter time 5-2 to 3-6. Now it's 7-8 to 5-4. Biglands tapped it down. Johnson tackled by Peter Matera, jarred out of there. Jones collided with Vardy. It spills behind the pair of them. Wide to Bickley. Look away hand pass favours Edwards. Edwards inside the 50. Spots Goodwin. Goodwin. Not beyond him. Yep. Needs to start it perhaps at the far goal post. Well, he doesn't do any of that. He gives it to Johnson.
He was off.
He did play on in the pocket. Actually, it helped him. He runs on and kicks a goal. Matera forced his hand.
In October.
I will clean the shower.
We will have the telephone reconnected.
In October. I will visit the dentist.
I will be a better son.
I'll be a better father.
I will make time for sunsets.
I'll clean up my act.
I will get it together.
I will make amends in October.
So Johnson joins the goal-kicking list, just his third for the season. The lead again out to 22 points. Dangerous times for the West Coast Eagles. Fletcher couldn't take it cleanly, but he goes again. It's held to him. A cry of ball goes up from the members at Football Park, and there will be a bounce on centre wing. Fletcher picks himself up. Turnbull has worked really hard. Connell towards Johnson, almost leg. Goodwin taken by Morrison, right on the line. He's running out of room. He just makes it. Short little chip kick is marked by Bassett. Again coming to a halt in the breeze. Bassett goes to the outer side. Robran could be a late fly. In fact, was clean bowl at the back. O'Loughlin taken out of it with a good bump. The ball spills free. Reid gets a hurried kick wide towards the outer wing. Vardy may get there in time. Peter Vardy keeping it in play. Finds Rashudo. Rashudo to half forward. Now here's danger. Goodwin. The left foot long in towards the pocket. McGregor a target, but beaten by McIntosh. That's a good diving mark.
Peter Matera off and crab on.
Approaching a major milestone, McIntosh. Just 6 games away from joining the 200 club. What a feat that would be as Williams inquires about a free kick and gets it. Andrew Williams taken high in front of the scoreboard that shows Adelaide 8 goals 8. The West Coast are 5 goals 4. Gehrig is back on the ground for Mitchell White, who comes off it. Connell over the top. And finally over the line. 5.5 minutes remaining in the first half. A cool night here in Adelaide, and a breeze favouring the Adelaide Crows in this second quarter.
Peter Matera, okay, Curls?
Yes, he's fine. He's just being rested, I guess.
Simmons kicks it out in front of Banfield, who paddles it across the line, so boundary throw in. Peter Matera And Mitchell White just came off as well.
He's not moving freely, Peter Matera. He just hasn't got that zip he had a few years back.
Turnbull thumps it down in front. Good one. Running out of space. Played it brilliantly. Flicked it across to Vardy. Hurried kick. Chopped off by Fletcher. Quickly onto the boot. Gets it wide. Kemp in the right spot. Close to the boundary line. Pulls it back towards the middle. Gehrig fingertips to it. Couldn't complete the mark. Gallagher gathered it nicely. Good evasion. Comes through. Kicks it wide. Too wide. Out of bounds on the full.
Gee whiz, you can imagine the coaching staff of Adelaide getting hold of David Gallagher this week. I mean, some of the kicking he's done in this windy condition just shows your technique up. And I mean, he's won the ball well a few times, but just coughed it up.
Yep. Fletcher kicking down towards half forward. Turnbull. Banfield. Fletcher again. Hurriedly across the body, but in the road is Wren. Looking menacing now. Sean Wren towards midfield. Fell in short. Jones intended for Rashuda, who was 10 metres beyond him. Reid takes the hand pass, kicks it back towards the attacking 50 for the West Coast Eagles. Philip Matera brilliantly across to Kemp. Centres the ball. Gehrig should mark over the top. No, Bassett did well. Could have got a free. Bassett was held without it. It's coming back to Bassett. Advantage will not be paid. Nathan Bassett playing his 50th game. He made his debut against Carlton in '98. Gets it to Robran, who comes wider still. The mark is taken by Hart.
He's on centre wing. One of the most decorated players in this Crows lineup. Finds Bickley. Bickley, if it sits for Caven, he might get a run at this. Banfield's got him. Brings him to ground. Simmons on the ground. Almost pulled it in. Williams tries to get it out to Jakovic. Hurriedly onto the left foot. He finds the boundary line on centre wing. Matty Connell back in the fray. Good to see him starting to string a few games together in this lineup. The best and fairest winner at the club back in '95. Yeah, on centre wing. Hart can't take it. Wren again. Around he goes. Up towards half forward. Gee, Perry got up a mile. Reid back at ground level. Hart couldn't take it on the half volley. Tyson Edwards in the middle to Vardy. Vardy looks downfield. McLeod's alone. And he marks 51 metres out. Breeze at his back.
Played some game, Vardy.
Fellas, what's Cousins' stats this quarter, please?
Well, he's for the quarter. We'll have to dissect that, but so far he's had 16 possessions.
Had 7 till quarter time, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
He's got some balls through the midfield.
Yeah.
Especially early.
This hasn't hurt the Crows very much.
And you're talking about Vardy, Malcolm. He's had 18. Well, he gets underneath that drop punt and it's high and it's wide.
Well, the funny part about it, he's played wing, and he played one in a final against the Swans and kicked 6 goals actually off the wing. He's quite a dashing wingman, but he's getting a lot of the ball.
That's a big jump. Perry right over the top, not hanging on. And Metropolis to himself and drives it very wide. Jakovic from behind, always his on the breeze, but the hand pass not very good. Rashuda over the shoulder. Vardy hard against the line. Kicks with the outside of the boot. O'Loughlin gave a contest. McLeod knocked it back looking for a teammate. Reid could have been held. Coming through Edwards. Well played to Vardy again. Lines up from 52 metres out. Across the face of behind. Well worth the attempt though. Peter Vardy. They just locked it in now, Adelaide. Well, they say like shooting fish in a barrel. Somebody says that, Sandy. That's what it's like. McIntosh kicks in outside the 50. Put that expression somewhere, and this reminds me of it. Turnbull's taken the mark, and that was a good mark under the circumstances. Swings it out very wide. Now here's a chance for Kemp. Closing is Connell. Kemp hard against the line. Squeezes the kick towards half forward. Robran, though, always in position to dominate that contest and just knocked it across the line.
James Burns set to come on. His first run.
Interesting, this quarter is about the standard of the game too. The Crows have managed 5, as did the Eagles with the breeze. Just the fact the Eagles can't kick one against it.
Banfield, Kemp, claim, tried to push it wide, then goes again with Goodwin to the line.
They're not running the ball, Malcolm, with running handball, which you just have to do in a breeze like this.
Just even that last kick now, I mean, sometimes if you look back at the middle, there were players everywhere, but they always tend to go wide. Looking back in the middle in some of these games is quite good advice sometimes.
Socket off the ground. It passes Connell. It's taken by Bassett. He tumbles a punt back towards centre wing. Tyson Edwards got a hand on it. Simmons couldn't take it. Jakovic is caught. And well tackled. A little toe poke comes wide. Now, there's been a whistle. It's going to come back. The advantage not paid, and Tyson Edwards will take it on centre wing. Short he goes, finding O'Loughlin. Still a long way out. O'Loughlin low and fairly long towards McLeod. No mark taken. Flick wide towards Crowell. Crowell gives it away to Goodwin. Onto that trusty left foot. One out, Hart at the back, off the ground. Kicks the goal.
From Ayers Rock to Adelaide.
It's going to be a very special television event.
Beginning tomorrow night at 5:30, a 2-hour special including 7 News. Be the first to see the flame arrive at the Adelaide Town Hall.
Coming to SA, it reinforces to everyone here that the Olympics are not just a Sydney event. It embraces all of Australia.
Be a part of this historic event in our exclusive live broadcast.
Join the 7 News and Today Tonight team and follow the flame live on 7. And follow the flame live on 7.
Ben Hart turned 26 last Sunday, only his 3rd kick of the night, but it was a goal. It extends the lead, 9-10, 5-4, substantial now. Turnbull knocks it down. Jones, and the Eagles rally a late goal. Cousins towards half-forward, gearing a fumble. Shepherds to allow Crabb to run onto the ball. Strong tackle by Robran, brought him down. Picked up by Connell. He's at right half-back. Dying seconds of the term. Connell back towards the wing. Simmons looking to punch away. A loose ball comes to Reid, who hurriedly gets the ball out of bounds.
Now, if that was handball there, what do you think, Dennis?
You're probably right, girls. Interchange with 29 seconds to go. Haynes on. Simmons off. Is that a push in the back to Turnbull by Wren? Nothing doing. Rashudo queued up, missed it. Dives on top of it again now. McLeod has been very good in patches in this term. Has it socked away by Williams towards the boundary. And it just trickles across. So another throw in, down to 12 seconds remaining in the term. A quarter dominated by the Adelaide Crows. They trailed by 8 points at quarter time. They're up by 30 now. So a big 3rd term for the Eagles required going on the breeze. Banfield lays it off. This is Green. Kicks inside the 50. Need a mark and a kick here. Almost the mark. Philip Matera dragged down by Gallagher. Tried to get the hand pass away. Comes again, but not before the siren sounds. And it's half time at Football Park. The game so important to the finals aspirations of both these clubs. And at the present time, if you're a supporter of the Adelaide Crows, you'd have to be on good terms with your...
There's luncheon aimed at developing professional relationships between Adelaide's commercial decision makers. If you'd like to be part of this rare opportunity, please contact the Australia-Israel Chamber of Commerce now on 8221.
And they've got the breeze, so let's hope they can take advantage of it as Turnbull plucks it out of the air and kicks down towards Matera territory. Hart tried to smash it clear, but it went straight down to Fletcher. It's a high tumbling punt from Fletcher. McIntosh down there in the forward line pushed it down, but it was taken by Johnson. Johnson wide to the outer side. Turnbull leads Wren in the race. The 2 big men on the outer side. Cousins in for the assist for Turnbull. Combines again. They've still got it on that outer side. Look towards the half-forward line. Out comes McIntosh. Bassett was right there with him. Flicked high over Robran. He gives chase now. It bounces clear. He's tucked in the back pocket and gets around Mitchell White. Changes direction and just goes short, finding Hart.
Ben Hart, his own defensive goal square, comes short to Nathan Bassett. He comes back to Hart. Hart on the kickoff line this time. Spots Bassett.
I think we have a shower coming too, boys.
Okay. Meanwhile, back at the game, Bassett's got the ball in the back pocket.
We really haven't got anywhere. Probably noticed already, most people, that McIntosh has now gone to full forward with the breeze. Pretty good move from Ken Judge, trying to get some creativity up there.
Here's Hart. Lays it off. Rashudo from half back. Low kick up towards the wing. It pays to be in front. Edwards takes the mark. So the rain is coming down at Footy Park now as Edwards, playing his 100th, swings it out wide, taken by Bickley, who comes down towards right half forward. Generally, Djakovic has been the master against Perry, knocked it down. Perry did pretty well. A contest. Morrison's hand pass just knocked across the boundary line. There's the bench for the Crows. Not a bad spot to be as things stand at the moment. Out of the rain. And their side is on top. Perry and Djakovic, body to body. Djakovic again taps it down. Green knocks it towards Cousins. Goodwin goes with the right foot. That was clever. 10 metres to Vardy. Vardy steps around one, not to second. Djakovic had a case, I think, too, as he asked the question. It was like cricket. He appealed. It comes to Morrison. Morrison, well, that is very short to Djakovic. Djakovic the high ball around the outer side, and Perry takes the mark on his chest.
He's just forward of centre wing. This rain getting a little heavier.
You say Dean Kemp and Andrew McLeod are now on each other. Officially.
Promoter's dream.
All but just a couple of players in one half of the ground as that ball fights its way through the rain. McGregor out the back with Fraser Garrick.
He's gone to full back now.
Two things can happen here, of course. I mean, that rain's just made it more difficult for both teams, but especially for the Eagles to come at this time, you know, when they've got their turn with the breeze.
And 30 points down. Perry doing some ruck work. The rain gets a little heavier. Tyson on Fletcher, taken towards the line. Banfield is there with him. Cavan asks the question. And there'll be a throw in. Perry setting himself up against Djakovic. Djakovic tries to pluck it out of the air with strength, gets it away to Kemp. Kemp looks wide. Tripping was Rashudo. Picks himself up a little too late. And another throw in on the outer side.
I just wonder with Neil Curley, any breeze change there, Neil, with that rain coming?
No, it's about the same still, Malcolm. Of course,
name of the rose.
Actually, how cold do polar bears get?
Like you are at the moment, just having a look at you, Curl. A picture no artist could paint.
No, the breeze is still there, but of course in these conditions, goal scoring now has become more difficult.
Can you see?
I can just see.
You've got your hat over your eyes. Oh dear. Rain and Turnbull. Rain just perhaps staying to clear a little. Turnbull in front, trying to flick it over the back to the man Kemp going past, not successful, and that's flicked off the ground on the full.
Now, one of the problems in this is if you're a team that actually plays wide, which the Eagles generally do and have done over a number of years now, that to score quickly becomes difficult because you're always coming from a wide angle. They're 5 goals down. You may as well build it down the middle and see what happens from here.
Banfield's been pretty quiet. That's kick number 5 in towards the left forward pocket. Bassett may have got a hand to it before Rashudo saw it over the line.
You'd have to query the wisdom of that kick there too, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just making it hard for themselves by at least not going down the middle. You got the breeze, you're behind. I don't reckon you've got anything to lose at all.
Wren and Turnbull again. Wren with that big right.
I think you're going to see the ball there quite a bit this quarter.
What have you done now?
I don't think it's him.
Wren and Turnbull. Rashudo lurking. Goodwin, Wren, Rashudo. Goes back again. Johnson hurriedly. They're away now from the back pocket. Back towards centre wing. No mark as Kemp pounced on it. Tried to soccer it clear. Comes in towards the centre. Reed does it likewise. Belting it down towards half forward. Clean bowls. Goodwin. Here's Fletcher. Caught, but he got the hand pass away to Turnbull. Turnbull gets a high, long kick in towards McIntosh. He can let it go.
Adelaide prepares for the arrival of the Olympic torch at the Town Hall. We'll capture all the atmosphere live, plus exclusively the Crows Team of the Decade and Player of the Decade. We'll tell you first on 7 News. Thursday, it's Roy and HG's big quiz premiere.
What is the official language of Brazil? Sex. Yes.
They're coughing up cash to make Australia smarter.
$5,000 of our own money.
Win Roy and HG's money Thursday, 10 o'clock on 7.
Obviously, 2 fingers went up. And here we go as we push back. He pushes. Did he touch it or didn't he? A lot of noise. Got a goal.
9-10-6-4.
It's probably the water on Kells' umbrella. Made a noise.
Out comes Kemp. Inside the 50. The Eagles need a string of goals. McIntosh waiting at the back. Hooks it across the body. Off the fingertips of Philip Matera, and it goes out of bounds in the rightful forward pocket. McIntosh having a bit to say there. We've got a boundary throw-in coming up. 9-10-6-4. Early going. Third term from Football Park. Friday night football. Ashley McIntosh swung onto the forward line now. The rain easing slightly. Can they manufacture a goal here? Wren defensively down in front towards the boundary line. Down went Hart. Caven escorts it across. Already about the 20th boundary throw-in of the term coming up.
Yeah, Ryan Turnbull's got to get in front here and flip it over the back, doesn't he?
Yes.
He's got to do something different now. This is not working for them.
Well, somebody else has got to join in. Here's Wren getting it back towards the boundary. Bickley. Peter Matera. Well played. Got it to Fletcher. Snaps and misses to the near side. Quite busy tonight, Chad Fletcher. 14 possessions. Cousins has had 18, but generally, along with Kemp 15, those three are out by themselves. Bassett kicks off towards half-back. It floats just outside the 50. Turnbull goes up, takes the mark, plays on immediately to Morrison. Who miscues, but turned out okay.
Cousins towards McIntosh again. Taken a little too far underneath the ball. Hart should be able to tidy up. Eludes Mitchell White rather nicely. Gives it away towards Rashudo. Rashudo looks towards centre wing. Jakovic was at the back. Tried to smash the ball down and was effective. Here's good dash again shown by Cousins towards half forward. Shrugging the tackle was Fletcher. Then lost it. Regained it. Well done. He's picking up a few possessions. Connell going the wrong way but gets it towards Wren. Off the side of the boot. Morrison might keep it in play. He was crunched and has got to get a free kick. Advantages paid. Reed plays on towards McIntosh again, but he can't get a run. It was Hart who came in over the top. Goodwin's at half-back. He too eludes the tackle, kicks into the man on the mark. Lovely smother by Kemp. If it sits for McIntosh, he's a chance, but he'll run out of room. No, he keeps it in play. Keeps it in play and gives it to Johnson, who gives it to Wren. And Wren lumbers away from the last line of defence. Long to the outer side. Banfield is in front. He'll pump them into attack again. Surely they must score if they keep persisting, the Eagles. They've got one this term. They need more than that to close the gap. The rain has all but ceased.
They're certainly applying pressure, and they have got the Crows on a defensive foot here.
Wren tried to get a hand, but it was Cousins again. In towards full forward. That was courage, but the mark not paid. Flicked out. Could have been Williams. Rashudo tries to get through heavy traffic as Matera catches him. Wren. Off he goes again. Caven through half back towards O'Loughlin. He goes to ground. Needs support. Gets it too. Back to Tyson Edwards. The 100 gamer goes up to half forward. Oh, Vardy's dangerous in this situation. Goes with the underground hand pass towards McLeod. Here is the master at work. And that's what happens.
The Mitsubishi Triton has a larger payload than Hilux.
Bigger.
Plus, it has more legroom and headroom than Hilux.
Bigger.
And Triton's 3-litre V6 four-wheel drive engine has an extra 25 kilowatts more power.
Ooh. Bigger.
The Mitsubishi Triton four-wheel drive ute. Bigger than the other bugger. It is Mitsubishi.
Brilliant. Andrew McLeod, 15 possessions tonight, 3 goals, coming off 31 possessions last week, his season's high, 33 against Sydney in round 12. Such a damaging player against the flow of play, but so effective. Turnbull came with the run. Wren did brilliantly to clutch it in. Jones falling to the ground, away to Cousins. Cousins on the burst, kicks well inside the 50. Worked under it was Bassett. McIntosh falling to the ground, chopped off by Gallagher. Close to the boundary line, Crabb overran it. Johnson did well. Hart in a tight situation, fell over. Peter Matera picks it up brilliantly. Hart against the boundary line, hooks and kicks it behind. Well, they're having a crack, the West Coast Eagles, but they can ill afford to concede goals at the opposite end against the breeze, and the breeze is still strong before, during and after that shower of rain. This is Bassett.
Taking it from Connell. O'Loughlin and Robrin both ignore. He may go back to Connell. Most bases covered, so he heads towards centre wing. Robrin territory, but nipping in, taking a good mark was Andrew Williams. Plays on to Jakovic. Pumps it high and long from a standing start. Matera's got to beat a couple, and Hart, eyes on the ball at all times, took a sound mark. He's been a grand player. Oops. Bassett couldn't take it. They're not out of the danger zone yet. Reid might make them pay with a long bomb to goal. He's kicked a beauty.
As the 2000 Olympic torchbearers continue their epic journey to Sydney, you can follow them every step of the way with the 2000 Olympic Torch Relay Starter Pin Kit. To own this rare piece of Olympic history, collect new tokens each weekend in the Advertiser and Sunday Mail for your new pins. The 2000 Olympic Torch Relay Starter Pin Kit. Whatever you do, don't miss the Advertiser and Sunday Mail this weekend.
So the margin is 22 points. It's 10-10 plays 7-6, approaching the midway mark of this third term. Bounce back in the middle. It floats towards Wren. Turnbull came over the top. Waiting behind. Jones did well. Got the hand pass away to Kemp, who kicks it down towards the attacking 50. In front is Fletcher once again, having a good term to White. Comes back to Morrison. Morrison prods it inside the 50. McIntosh.
Beautiful kick.
He's re-emerged down on the boundary. McIntosh will kick from about 35 metres out. Now this should be a relatively easy kick. When I say easy, the angle inside the 50. Adelaide 3, West Coast 14. That's right.
Left foot would favour him, Dennis.
Should draw back towards the goal here. Starts it at the far goal post. It bends around. That was position A for McIntosh. He kicks the goal. They needed that one.
Well, he's been lively up forward. Nathan Bassett's been a good player tonight. McIntosh is competing, and as you described it beautifully, that kick just came back in nicely on the breeze. Fletcher managed to get the ball out to White, and then that lovely outside the boot kick, most difficult kick in these conditions for Morrison, and found McIntosh. McIntosh nearly always kicks a goal, Dennis, when he goes up forward, doesn't he? Whenever he's been moved over the years.
He was good in the first half too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
McIntosh gets his 7th goal for the season. His first for the night. One of 5 Eagles who's played every game this season. It's been somewhat of a rarity. Tyson Edwards locks up Dean Kemp.
You've got to admire Turnbull's effort here. He's taken the challenge right up the Wren. He's doing a very good job.
Had a good game, Turnbull. 8 kicks, 7 hand passes, and has kicked a couple of goals. Besides battling it out with Sean Wren. Crowell's tackle was late. Jakovic should clear against Perry. Goes over the top to Morrison, back to Jakovic. The shepherding sees him clear, but Wren and Turnbull to do battle again on centre wing. Who's going to be first to recover? It's Matty Connell who picks up the crumbs, get them across to Gallagher. Gallagher goes even wider to Rashudo, back to Connell. Tumbling the punt up towards the right half forward. McLeod, always the danger man, lurking. Gives it back once again to Bickley. A worm-burning pass goes in towards half forward. There was a shove on McGregor, and he's going to take the free kick.
Malcolm, you've got to admire young Perry's game on Jakovic. He's playing in front. He's played in front all night, and he's contesting the ball very well.
Yeah, he's got underneath the ball a fair bit, Neil. He's just the timing in the air hasn't been as good as it was prior to his injury. That's the only thing, but he certainly does try. Djakovic has mopped up a fair bit, though.
McGregor has 2 goals for the night. They were both kicked with the breeze. Here he goes into the breeze. He's had a couple of shots actually into the breeze and has struggled.
To get in front.
And this distance will test him again. Just seems to drop in towards the square, and it does once more. Metropolis has it slapped clear.
It's a low percentage kick, that, isn't it? I mean, just 10 metres out to the front of the goal square gives everyone a bit of a chance. I mean, to kick at the goals from there really was low.
Metropolis will bring it back into play. Straight down the middle. Turnbull, Wren, Djakovic, Morrison doing the roving work. He turned into trouble. Gee, and he's got a free kick. Could have been held a little too long in the tackle as Peter Matera leaves the ground once again. Had problems with the quad, and maybe that's not right yet. Casey Green is locked up on that outer side. Fletcher provides the tackle, and Peter Vardy has his face rubbed into the grass before picking himself up.
There's Peter Matera sitting down. You just wonder why that kick went out there. After they came up the middle, it seemed to set play. All the players on the same page running hard, but then when they won the free, they went virtually at right angles. Turnbull. Valiant attempt at the mark down there from Connell, missed it. This is Fletcher. Finds McIntosh, proving a handful for Bassett. McIntosh. Sharp angle. Spots him out towards the middle. Haynes wants it. Nobody near Haynes, but McIntosh decides he'll hang on and have a shot from here. Not impossible with that cross breeze again, but far more difficult than his last attempt.
I think, as Malcolm said before, they get the ball up in the air and let the breeze bring it back.
That's right. Let the goals inhale it. There's the McIntosh kick.
I think it's been inhaled, Dennis.
Deep breath. Great kick. Wonderful goal.
Well, I always thought that you had to take your new car back to the dealer to get it serviced. But this friend of mine said that she gets hers serviced at UltraTune. They use all of the right parts and the price is fixed. Hey, they sound pretty good to me.
All of a sudden, the West Coast Eagles are right back in this game. Just 11 points the margin. Still 8.5 minutes remaining in the quarter. If they can get their nose in front at three-quarter time, who knows what could happen. This crowd of 35,425 could be in for thrilling finishes. Cousins rips it out of the middle. McIntosh is the target again, but he couldn't take it cleanly. Bassett gives it away to Fletcher, who's high, wide, and not too handsome. Under the pump, he's kicked it behind. 10 points in it.
That would have been a big goal.
Caving off for James coming up.
Seeing him for the first time. Bassett heads to the outer side. Crows needing to steady things down. They led at one stage at half-time, in fact, by 30 points. Now just 10, as Curl said. Caven off the ground. And coming on is Brett James. Meanwhile, Bickley on the outer side gets it away to the running machine, McLeod. He looks down towards the 50, down towards McGregor territory. Djakovic is like the Rock of Gibraltar. Gives it away towards Williams, who kicks back towards Cousins. He gets a bad bounce. He needs assistance, and he's got it from Morrison. Looks towards half-forward. They're slipping and sliding everywhere at the moment. McIntosh is forced to defend. Connell is waiting down to do the roving work. Kicks wide towards centre wing. All of a sudden, a little more urgency in this game. You realise that if the Eagles could get the next one, the momentum could carry them through to steal the lead at three-quarter time. But there's been a free kick found on the outer side to be taken by Mark Rasciuto. 11 kicks, 10 hand passes so far tonight for the Roo. Having one of his best seasons. Pokes it out in front of Sean Wren. Turnbull kept it in play momentarily with Djakovic. And we've got another throw in. Stitched up on that right cheek in the second quarter, but does appear to be okay. The big South Australian. Brennan Turnbull again. Not too flash for either, but look out. Here's McLeod. 55 metres out. Left foot in towards goal. Over the top. I don't think it was touched. That's a goal.
An innocent girl, a servant of man's desires, an infamous madam, a lover, a convict, a mother, and a victim of an unthinkable revenge.
We shall never surrender.
Her extraordinary journey begins Monday, 8:30, when Ford presents Bryce Courtney's The Potato Factory on 7.
Well, the West Coast Eagles very gutsy in this term coming out at Adelaide, but the class of Andrew McLeod constantly is harming them. Back in the middle. Wren and Turnbull go at it. Crabb did well. So did Wren. Rashudo was in there. Beckley steals the ball away. Across to Vardy. Vardy kicks it inside the 50. Coming back is Perry to give a contest. Got it on the ground in front. Follows up Perry. Crowell almost in the grass. Banfield gets a hand on the ball and knocks it across the boundary line.
Wide off for Donnelly.
6.5 minutes till three-quarter time. The Crows lead it by 16 points. Still a handy lead in the context of these conditions. The breeze hasn't weakened, and the Crows will finish with it. Will they finish off the West Coast Eagles? If they lose tonight, no chance of an appearance in the finals. What a run it's been as Jakovic kicks around the outer side. Coming up to meet the ball is Donnelly. Well played. Turnbull. A fine game, Turnbull. Forward of the wing. Kicks inside the 50. McIntosh. Little put. The umpire, well, he was only about 20 metres away, and the mark will stand. Now, that is, as we say it, a very grey area. Watch it again. He's got the jumper.
Look, I don't think it's even grey. I reckon that's incompetent by that umpire. Absolutely incompetent. If you push forward, with your hands, it's in the back. If you hold your hands there and they run into it, that's play on. That got no idea. Who is it?
Goldspink.
Number 32.
I don't like to name names. There goes the kick from McIntosh. Another one.
From Ayers Rock to Adelaide.
It's going to be a very special television event.
Beginning tomorrow night at 5:30, a 2-hour special including 7 News. Be the first to see the flame arrive at the Adelaide Town Hall.
Coming to SA, it reinforces to everyone here that the Olympics are not just a Sydney event. It embraces all of Australia.
Be a part of this historic event in our exclusive live broadcast.
Join the 7 News and Today Tonight team and follow the flame live on 7.
Forced to move there with Hart going back onto McIntosh now.
Thank you, Curls. 3 goals to Ashley McIntosh. But one that Malcolm thought was perhaps a little gimme. McLeod out of the middle. Almost caught Big Sean Wren unawares. He goes again. Can't get out. You settling down now, Malcolm?
Incompetent. It's not in the spirit of the game at all.
Great move by Ken Judge, though, with McIntosh.
Back to a 10-point margin with just over 5 minutes remaining. They can get something else here. G. Turnbull's been very good. Goes down towards the 50. Hurried little kick was by Haynes. In towards full forward. McIntosh again. Oh, he twisted out of trouble. He slapped it forward to Morrison and he bowled him. Fantastic work by McIntosh and forward thinking to slap it on. Unfortunately, Chad Morrison couldn't take it. Here's McIntosh going again. Hart. To the outer side, Johnson. Johnson looks towards centre wing. It's close to the line. And it is over.
Take a deep breath. Boundary throw and outer side. Less than 5 minutes till three-quarter time. And what about the West Coast Eagles? They've come back very strongly. Jakovic and Perry. Jakovic has been very good in this term. Controls it well. The hand pass out towards a couple of teammates. Green has it to Kemp. They're running better now. Kemp's away, forward of the wing, kicks inside the 50. Well, that's a very good, well, it wasn't paid. It was there for a while. Fletcher's got the crumb. I was going to say a mark. Fletcher pulls it back. I doubt it was a mark. Getting back is Gallagher, and he knocks the ball across the line. Let it very well stifle the bounce initially. He had the bounce covered. Watch it again. This ball could sit on its point and go back to the man tracking him, so he had to guard against that. He did so successfully. It was a behind. 11-11 to 10-9, so the margin now just 8 points as Bassett kicks off, and still time for the Eagles to score a couple more goals. Turnbull knocks it down. Goodwin across half back, kicks towards midfield. It stays a long time in the air. Well judged though by Williams. Took the mark. Plays on immediately across to Jakovic. Jakovic across the body, back towards the middle. Kemp goes down on one knee. Sol Jones into trouble. Jones did very well. Full-chested, got through. Finds Haynes on the 50. Haynes kicks long. Nobody is back. How will it bounce? Doesn't matter much. It was well wide of the mark. It goes through for a behind. Well, the West Coast Eagles playing for their season, playing accordingly. Right now, they're throwing everything at the Adelaide Crows.
5 goals, 6 they have added this quarter.
I think you'd have to see them in about at least 10-15 points ahead to have a real chance, though, Dennis.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Hart to the outer side. Just a couple of minutes remaining. Kemp down in front. Magnificent skills. He finds Morrison. Morrison step passes to Fletcher. Tight angle, but McIntosh has shown us how it can be done. Phil Matera ignored. He kicks from 40 metres. The left foot drop punt. Good looking kick. They're hanging on.
Do you want to go to a really humongous party? Coca-Cola is giving away 90,000 tickets nationally to Redfest, their Olympic opening ceremony parties in 5 capital cities. Catch the action on this. Plus, you'll see bands, pro skateboarding, celebrity basketball. Check those blades. DJs, dance tents, and way more. Be first to send in 15 Coca-Cola tokens to get your ticket. But hurry, there are limited tickets to Redfest, and they'll go as fast as an ice-cold Coke on a hot, hot day. Hit Redfest for more and enjoy.
Front.
Well, last week the West Coast Eagles defeated St Kilda after 6 consecutive losses, and the characteristic of those losses were second half fade-outs. Well, they haven't done that tonight. They've bounced back strongly here in the third term. They're just 1 point behind now. Can they turn at three-quarter time with the lead? Certainly plenty of energy in that back. Connell's away, but the umpire blew first, so it'll come back, and the bounce alongside the centre circle. Turnbull and Wren. Enthralling duel, this one. It seems Ken Judge is running with Turnbull now. Wren the backhander down. Taken by Banfield. Off the side of the boot towards half forward. Lunge there from Crabb. Waiting behind was Fletcher. Fumbled it. Bassett goes off the ground only as far as Cousins. Cousins gets it away to Kemp. Kemp lays it off. Now there's a problem for Jones. Brought down by Beckley. Coming through is Cousins, but the ball will come back. Beckley will get the free. Paid against Jones. No surprise in the desperation from Beckley there. Jones had it a while. Kicks it down towards half forward. Banfield. Williams. Williams goes long with the left foot. Robram perfectly placed. Knocks it down in front. Taken though by Green, or is it Haynes? Green's hand pass not particularly good. Comes out wide. Socket off the ground. Hart again gets it across the line. In fact, it was Haynes who hand passed. It was Green who was chasing. Both were there, and we'll have a boundary throw in right half forward for the West Coast Eagles, who trail 11-10 to 11-11, approaching three-quarter time.
Just over 2 minutes remaining. Turnbull down to Kemp in the Eagles attacking zone. Can they lead at three-quarter time? Matera slips. Johnson has a couple of metres on him. It will be taken to the line. He keeps it in play, gives it back towards Robran. Still tucked in the back pocket. He brings it long towards centre wing. The diving Cousins takes the mark.
26 possessions coming up here. Big turn.
Is that a big quarter, this boy, this quarter?
19 kicks, 7 hand passes. Cousins puts them inside 50, but puts it straight into the breadbasket of Robin. Content to come back towards centre wing again. Smashed over the line by Rowan Jones. Kicked a goal in the first quarter, this young man.
It's a bit of a psychological barrier here too. If the Eagles can get in front, you know, just even by a point or something here, just might give them that bit of zip of hope.
The wind drops.
Yeah, all that. Yeah.
Who knows what could happen. Tyson Edwards over the top towards Rashudo with strength. He finally got clear. Precious seconds ticking away as they go towards centre wing. Jakovic leads Perry, gains 15 metres.
It's that sort of stuff where Jakovic has actually shown Ian Perry a bit out footy tonight. This is all part of the education of the young fella. He's forced him past the ball or under the ball many, many times.
1 point in it. Turnbull smashing it down towards Rowan Jones. Jones putting them inside 50. McIntosh is his man. 1-2 grabs, not paid. Oh, geez, having to work down in that forward line. He turns around and has a look at the umpire, but only for a moment.
This is the.
Then heads back to work.
This is the bloke that's got them back in the game. This number 50 in ruck. He's doing a great job.
And here he contests again. Curls with Wren, who got a hand to it. So too did Fletcher and Kemp. Beautifully tackled. Down goes Kemp. That was great stuff. In comes Goodwin. Quickly onto the left boot. He goes towards centre wing. Banfield leads in the race, but is taken unceremoniously to the line by Bickley. Biglan's coming on for Wren for the last 27 seconds. And straight into the fray. But it's won by Turnbull. Proppy hand passes taken by McLeod. It was meant for Reid. Back towards the middle. Bassett couldn't take it initially. Jakovic went through, but without it. Still maybe time for the Crows as they go down towards left half forward, but the kick's very, very wide. Should be taken to the line by Garrick. Williams is there with him, and it is over. McGregor has been busy, especially in the second quarter when he booted 2 goals. But the throw-in will be the last act, really, for the quarter. Edwards away, but only for a moment, as he belts it down towards Scott Welch, who spent considerable time on the bench. It's 3-quarter time. And a big comeback by the West Coast. Yes, they were kicking with the breeze, but they have forged their way back after trailing by 30 points at half-time. There is just 1 point in it as we go into the final quarter. The Crows lead.
First came Gladiator, now 2 new enemies.
Buttons!
Buttons. And
very much. Actually, I was talking about the players working harder. You looked at, I think it was Ben Cousins coming in at 3-quarter time, Dennis, and he looked puffed.
He looked very tired and seemed to be favouring his right leg, but hopefully he can play another term as far as the West Coast Eagles are concerned. So important for both these clubs, of course. Adelaide win this one, and at least overnight they're back in the top 8.
Ryan Turnbull on the ball once again, as he has been for much of the night. Bellotti gave him a spell for a while. Wren starting the final quarter on the bench. So to Peter Caven and O'Loughlin. But here we go. It's the final quarter. It's a 1-point ball game with Adelaide leading, but they are going with the breeze. Worth between 3 or 4 goals. Biglan's up against Turnbull. McLeod turned into trouble. A hurried kick goes towards half forward. Welsh was there, could have been interfered with. Taken high, said the umpire. And he'll take the free kick.
Gee whiz. He's got it right.
Spent a lot of time on the bench. He goes from 70 metres. That is a long bomb. And through the fingers it goes of McGregor for 1 behind.
Pretty much the same in the midfield. Kemp and Cousins in there. McLeod, Rashudo, Bickley to the Crows, and Rowan Jones picking up Rashudo. So it's happened from the last quarter onwards.
Metropolis gains a few metres, then heads towards Turnbull territory, but he's beaten by Biglands, who comes in towards McLeod. Just sneaking clear of Kemp. McLeod looks in towards the key half forward spot. That is a strong grab taken by Williams. Plays on quickly. Off to Metropolis, and the Eagles out of trouble for a moment.
Rashudo's got it. Just forward of the wing. And the Crows lead it by 2 points. Finishing on the breeze. Mark Rashudo kicks inside the 50. McGregor came on the lead. Gehrig back at full-back now. Runs onto a player tackle. Trying to force his way through Goodwin. Only as far as Morrison. Lost it. Tries to soccer off the ground. Morrison, well, he didn't connect. Now it's taken by McLeod, who pulls across his body. It bounces down towards full forward. McLeod got the hand pass from Welsh. Nothing came of it. Jakovic is in the road. He sends play back towards the outer side. Robran knocked away from Bellotti. Biglands picked it up. Was that a throw? Kemp kicks it towards the outer side. James cleverly worked his men off the line of the ball. Taken by Rashudo to the middle, and Bickley. A man cruising past. This is Edwards. Feigns a hand pass from the line of the square. Goes long down towards full forward. One out duel. Gehrig didn't have the recovery. Down goes the man who did, McGregor. Grabbed out of there by Williams. Dangerous situation for the Eagles. Goodwin couldn't complete the mark. Tried to get through was Byrne. Got a hand pass away to Bickley. Bickley recovers well. Across to McLeod. A Mac with the lot. Great vision. Goodwin's got it. 25 metres out, and that has been the story of the night. Every time the West Coast Eagles have got close enough, this man has bobbed up. Goodwin kicks, and kicks truly. Big start.
Here's a family who wants to enhance their outdoor living area.
And that's about 4.3 metres.
And add value to their home with a new deck and garden.
Looks like the clothesline will have to go.
And here's the Mitre 10 specialists with the advice you need to get a professional finish. From the store that understands it's not just the low price, it's getting the right advice that really saves you money.
We finished it. You've done a great job, Dad. What's next?
What's next?
Order.
You watch Biglands leap here, fellas. He'll jump over Turnbull.
2 goals to Simon Goodwin. Biglands unable to get a crack at it. Rashudo tried to soccer off the ground, and he gained probably 45 metres down towards Scotty Welch. But then almost got into the back of his opponent. He did, and the advantage will not be paid as much as Mr. Jakovic would like to sprint away. And he's asking a question too. Williams in the meantime to the outer side. The diving Kemp takes it and recovers well. Sneaks away up towards centre wing. Jones, Kemp again. Kemp looking dangerous in towards Matera. And it's going to come all the way back. I didn't see what for, Malcolm.
No.
But it has to centre wing, and it's taken by Cousins. Adelaide hitting the front. They lead by 8 points. Kick up towards right half forward, not held. Morrison's maybe a chance, but he's well claimed. He did get his kick and skids through. And the result is a throw-in the right forward pocket. Chad Morrison. A little quieter tonight. 12 kicks, 5 hand passes. But a big game last week. But the Eagles must take advantage of the opportunities they have down in this forward line. Bellotti wins it, but it goes straight to Kane Johnson. Johnson turns out of trouble and then bangs a 60-metre kick back towards centre wing. Morrison is there, and he's lurking with Jakovic. He comes in board, and that's okay. It's taken by Haynes. Haynes pops it over the top now as they desperately try to go forward. Well, it just sat in the air, that hand pass. Fletcher had to wait. And there will be a ball up, according to umpire Troy Burton.
Crows by 8 points. Just under 16 minutes till full time. Bounce down towards the half-forward line for the West Coast Eagles. In front, Turnbull. Not a good bounce. Morrison goes up and thumps it down. Well played by Bickley to James. Across to Robert under pressure. Quick kick down towards half-forward. Reid, who was good early, dragged off it. Could have almost got it free. Down goes McGregor. Well played. Got the hand pass away to Byrne. He was held a long time. No free kick. Grabbed by Morrison again towards the outer side. Turnbull over the ball. Sockers it out wide. That was clever. Jakovic on the burst. Long raking kick towards half forward.
Oh,
Johnson
Matera
missed it. One of his few mistakes. At the back, Philip Matera scoots away. Open goal. Sharp angle. Misses to the near side.
Yeah, 1 goal 3 he's kicked tonight, and he's a dangerous customer. And I say this, but he actually works better with Scott Cummings there, doesn't it? Appears to be, you know, just that extra tall. And Kane Johnson has done a very good job on him tonight.
Here's Johnson then, short. Was that a half volley? No, it did carry. Gallagher's got it. Just short of half back.
Hold your breath for this fella.
7 points the margin.
Neil.
A little chip. An element of danger there as Johnson had to slide to take the mark. Gallagher's got it again. Gets around Peter Matera. Breaks away from half back. Better effort this kick towards half forward. Welsh had it bounce off his chest. Jakovic has tried so hard back there. With some time now. Jakovic back towards the wing. Here's a chance for the Eagles around the outer side. Cousins to Kemp, and he's away.
Kemp looks down towards the forward line. McIntosh has done well, and Matera has been dangerous, but he's caught by Johnson. A ripping tackle, and he's been pinged.
I think McIntosh was a bit stiff moments before that, but what a great tackle.
Sensational. Johnson to the outer side. Bounce is difficult for Cousins. Almost hit him in the face as it bounced away. He's tried his heart out, Ben Cousins. In fact, I think it did hit him in the face.
It's interesting, isn't it? As the ball stays on the ground now after that rain, you have to be aware of where it's been in the air or on the ground when you go to the next ball next. A few guys have got caught going for marks with a very slippery ball.
Kemp. Cousins, incidentally, 28 possessions. It'll now be 29.
They look more dangerous in the second quarter, though, West Coast.
60 metres out, and there's a Crow in trouble at half back. It could be Johnson.
It was a long way from the ball, wasn't it?
Matera in the meantime has it, but that player does have a problem.
Fury off, caving on.
The shot at goal. It is Kane Johnson. Here's the shot at goal from 40 metres. Big kick this in the context of the Eagles' future, and it is one behind. And Johnson's still not right. Might just have had the wind knocked out of his sails.
Yeah, the advice from the trainer was he's fine.
Thank you, Curls. Here's Cousins for possession number 30. Towards Green. Flicked it on towards Haynes. Centering into half forward is better. Fletcher can have a shot 40 metres out, almost directly in front. This would tie the scores up if he kicks straight. He's had plenty of the ball. 14 kicks, 7 hand passes, 40 metres out. Looks pretty good. Scores a level here at Football Park.
In October, I will clean the shower.
We will have the telephone reconnected.
In October, I will visit the dentist.
I will be a better son. I'll be a better father.
I will make time for sunsets.
I'll clean up my act.
I will get it together.
I will make amends in October.
Scores a level. Just under 12 and a half minutes remaining in this one. The stakes so high. Both these clubs playing for their futures. and knowing it. Every mistake now will be magnified. Every chance needs to be taken. Turnbull has been wonderful. Goes up and knocks it down. Chopped off by Edwards across to Bickley. Bickley, the hurried kick towards half-forward. Jakovic, last man in the queue, hit the pack hard. Morrison, who's lifted, kicks towards the outer side. It runs towards the boundary line and goes out. Throw in outer side. And I think most of the people at the ground tonight, including ourselves, felt Adelaide generally gave you the sense they were in control. Well, obviously, they weren't the trainer's sails. Knocked down in front, taken by Kemp, hooks it around the boundary line. It bounces out of bounds. Another throw in. And yet, for all of that, the West Coast Eagles have kept on coming. And now they're a chance to snare a terrific victory. Right in this one now. The momentum has shifted slightly their way. They're attacking again. Biglands and Turnbull. They lock up. Turnbull with strength. Hooks it down. Kemp. Did he drop the ball? He's over it now. He needs to be careful. It's not coming out. And the umpire, quite compassionate there, goes across to ball it up. About 60 metres from the Eagles' attacking goal. And a silence has fallen across Football Park, at least for the moment. 84 points apiece. The umpire decides to bounce it. Not a lot of height there. Biglands and Turnbull. At their feet, Jones. On top of him, Robran, who's drifted out of the game. And they lock it up again. Another bounce.
Injury report on Johnson. A knock which has caused some bruising. Could be doubtful for the rest of the game.
This bounces higher. Turnbull just doing wonderfully well. Got it down again. Jones could have been taken high a couple of times. Tries to dig it out where Ashuto finds it. Kicks it up towards the wing. It bounces very high. Morrison, eyes only for the footy. Gets back, grabs it, kicks down towards half forward. James, terrific mark.
Lost a lot of drive from Vardy. Morrison playing on him. It's almost time they put Robin into ruck again now. Young Biglands hasn't been great. He can find the footy as they work their way down to Caven.
Yes, Welsh kicked it down, but Morrison, like a wall across half-back, came across again, won the ball. The kick not so good, though, intended for the boundary line. Biglands grabs it, kicks back towards half-forward. Jakovic is in the road, defiantly on his chest.
Adelaide in this quarter has kicked 1-1. The West Coast Eagles into the breeze, 1-2. Bickley, if it sits, maybe in business he is. Here they go. Long in towards full forward. Jakovic is there defending grimly against Vardy. Jakovic slaps it to the line and we've got another throw in. Desperate work by this key defender who's been so good for so long.
Actually, Sean Wren's come on and Biglands, so they've made the change in ruck. They're going to stick with Matthew Robin at centre half back. So it's up to the experienced Sean Wren now to get them home from here.
Still plenty of time. 10 minutes as McLeod sees it to the line with Kemp. McLeod has been a real architect, hasn't he? 24 possessions.
Just going to say too, Sandy, this boundary umpire struggling at the ball is slippery and he's not getting much distance. You need to be in front. Having said that, he's pulled his best out.
And McGregor just got a hand to it. Welsh had it, then lost it. So too Matera. It is a slippery ball at the moment. The pressure is intense. And Metropolis has it locked up in defence. Scores level. A crowd of 35,425.
Shouldn't nominate, but it's just made for McLeod to do something again, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Yes, we've come to know him in these sort of situations that suddenly he produces something extraordinary. Reed out of defence. Up towards half forward. Fletcher needs someone going past. He's found himself, and that will do. Fletcher, good kick. Lovely to Reed, who thought about going on with it. Now he does. He goes wide to the outer side. The Eagles are running right, and this is Cousins. He should put them in front. Any score will do. Goes in towards Matera. He couldn't take it cleanly. The defence has asked the question again, and it is pushed towards the line. A great opportunity there. Goes begging as Gallagher picks himself up.
And the star of the first half, Peter Vardy, being taken off. Morrison really got on top on that side.
Yeah, the wingers got on top West Coast the second half.
Throw in the Eagles attacking zone. Again, that goal umpire just having a little problem with a slippery ball. This is James. Oh, out on the full. No.
Now that's a free kick to West Coast. That's deliberate.
I mean, it was, Neil, but I'd suggest he miscued that. He could have got another 40 metres. There was no one here.
You're dead right. Why didn't he kick the ball long?
Still in the West Coast forward zone. Mitchell White warming up on the sidelines, maybe getting ready to come on. Bickley, tough and hard at the ball. Kemp, eyes only for the ball, takes the mark. They're having a crack at it now, the Eagles. He goes across to Cousins. This prolific ball winner again pushes them inside 50 with a superb kick towards McIntosh, but he couldn't take it. Here's Rashudo on the last line of defence, giving it across towards Goodwin, who goes wide at a half. He couldn't control it. And a throw-in will take place on the outer side. David Haynes is off for a spell. Mitchell White is back on.
Lucky break there for the West Coast Eagles. Gallagher was 50 metres in the clear. A kick further down the ground. Here's Matera running into an open goal. Peter Matera kicks it, and the Eagles are in front.
When their love begins, so does a wife's revenge.
I need a job done. I won't do nothing till she's shot.
No noise now.
You look after me, so I'll look after you.
You are under arrest.
She'll be like a rabbit in a trap. Be beautiful, dying slowly.
Ford presents a 7 original miniseries starting Monday 8:30. Bryce Courtney's The Potato Factory.
Well, I suppose it's fair to say Ryan Turnbull is vying for best on ground now. It seemed a foregone conclusion. Andy McLeod was going to get top votes, but Turnbull has lifted immeasurably in this final term. It had a good game to three-quarter time, but Wren won that duel. Socket off the ground by Kemp. It comes out wide. Here's McLeod again. What can he muster? Running the wrong way initially, feeds it back towards the middle. Goodwin back to McLeod. McLeod kicking it towards centre half forward. It fell in short to Welsh. Took it on the half volley. In trouble. Hurried kick down towards full forward. Reaching over the top there was Bassett. Didn't touch the ball. It goes through for a behind. Good players take responsibility for the side, and you sense now McLeod has decided this needs to be his game.
7 minutes plus remaining.
There just seems to be more confidence among the West Coast boys. They're believing in each other a lot better.
Metropolis to the outer side. Banking on it, clean bowling a couple, but it didn't happen. It was picked up by Wren. Wobbles it in towards Rashudo. Off he goes to Crowell. He's 46 metres out. He goes for goal and he kicks it.
This Gateway Essential 500 SEC was tailored especially to suit a particular customer's business needs. Built to order for just $1,499. If you'd like one tailored to your GST needs at a post-GST price, visit one of the many Gateway or Telstra stores or call us now. A computer company that builds to order? Now that's one out of the box.
Adelaide by 1 point here at Football Park. Crowell now has 2 goals. Wren back on the ground and back in the fray. Turnbull's been going all day, just about. Rashudo takes it from Connell. Looks towards half forward. Smashed by Djakovic high and wide. Taken by McLeod. The danger man is lurking again. In towards the forward line. No mark taken. Banfield steadies in defence. Drew Banfield comes back towards the centre, but Goodwin takes the mark. This powerful left footer has got the breeze at his back. He's 70 metres out. Long and low. Djakovic tried to haul it in with the one hand. Then a little toe poke finds the line.
He's been good, Djakovic, hasn't he? He stood up. He's solid as a rock.
Malcolm, if you were coaching the Crows, would you pull the Robber move?
I think I would, Neil, but what I'd also do is actually get Peter Caven to go and stand on the boundary line and get Djakovic out the way. Just not getting it through there enough.
1 point the margin. Taken out the back. Oh, that's going to be very close. He's gone. A fine tackle by Goodwin. And he will go back now and shoot for goal.
You reckon he had a lot of opportunity? Seriously?
I reckon he's a bit stiff there, Malcolm. I don't think the boy had much chance.
No, I don't. You know, I reckon he made the play. He went for the ball. He was 1.5 meters away from Simon Goodwin. Have a look. And he's just tried to go through. What does he do? You've got to pick the ball up first and control it. Very tough call, I thought.
Goodwin hoping to take advantage of his good fortune. It's a long kick, but it's a behind only. 2 points in it. 2 points in it, and 6 minutes to go.
So the futures of both these clubs hanging by a thread.
It's a big kickoff, isn't it?
Yep. 92 plays 90. Crows on top. Just under 6 minutes to go. Their season's very much on the line. Metropolis, the measured kick, going for distance outside the 50. Through the hands of the pack. It's taken on the outer side by McLeod. The high ball comes back to Goodwin. In fact, the kick came in from O'Loughlin out there hard against the line. And Goodwin will kick it goal from right on the 50.
It was a good take by O'Loughlin then, wasn't it? I mean, that's to a kid confident. Hit his hands, and you would think you would learn from the last one, Dennis, wouldn't you?
Yes, almost the same position, wasn't it? Good players tend to learn, so let's see what he does this time. This will make it hard for the Eagles. Goodwin. That's better. He likes it. Big goal.
The Australia-Israel Chamber of Commerce is dedicated to extending trade between Australia and the Middle East and increasing the level of exports of Australian products. You're invited with valued business partners to a unique business luncheon aimed at developing professional relationships between Adelaide's commercial decision makers. If you'd like to be part of this rare opportunity, please contact the Australia-Israel Chamber of Commerce now on 8221 7004 to reserve your table. Or for more information, visit the website.
Eight points. Not insurmountable. But the Crows with their pecker up and the breeze at their back. Jakovic looking for the free kick is going to get it. It'll come back. Oh, gee, the senior players
just taking out the game. Just lead him wide.
Have been fantastic for the Eagles, namely Jakovic, Kemp, Morrison in this second half. Mitchell White spent time on the bench. He overruns that. Here's Byrne. Around he goes to centre wing. Kicks okay for McGregor. Short to McLeod. Almost down to the centre is Andrew McLeod. Can go wide. And does so now to the running Robrin. Sneaking a couple of metres from Bellotti. Just pops it over the top to the 100 gamer in Tyson Edwards.
Wren lurking.
But he elects to go longer, Malcolm. Putting it inside 50. Big pack of players. Welsh tried to come out with it. McGregor was there as well. Bassett gets the hand pass away. Here's another one. One behind. Well, he's peppering them, isn't he? And he's enjoying it.
3 goals for his kick, Sandy.
Yep. Very good. He's booted 1 in the second and 2 in this last quarter. Goodwin.
He's no longer a good player. He's a very good player.
He's out.
Gehrig this time replaces Metropolis as the kicker. That's almost in the back. But no. Instead, it's holding the ball. Well, he went to ground, Casey Green, and I thought he might have caught one in the back.
Can't agree with that. Can't agree with that decision. I thought Connell jumped straight into his back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Quite agree, Curls. That's what we're saying. But anyway, Connell has it. That's all that matters. Jackson Crabb standing by to come back on for the Eagles. Connell to send the Crows deep into attack. Just over 3 minutes remaining. A long kick from Matty Connell towards Wren and Co. O'Loughlin's at the back, but so too is Morrison, and he's tried his heart out. Goes towards Matera. He's turned inside out by Tyson Edwards. Bringing it back inside 50 once again, and McGregor takes the mark. Well, it's a great name, Ken McGregor, in South Australian sport, Malcolm, and this young man, if he can emulate the better-known Ken McGregor, he would have done himself proud.
Yes, indeed. He's presented himself in front here a couple of times. He's got away from Gehrig. Found it much harder on Jakovic. He got 2 free kicks for those 2 goals, but what he can do is actually kick the footy. If he's confident, in form, he can kick it.
His first 2 came at this end of the ground. He's kicking from 55.
Yeah.
He's gone for that extra few metres, and he's just tugged it a bit to the left.
Nice long kick.
Turnbull coming off. I think he's limping a little bit.
Well, he's done a mighty job, hasn't he, Curls?
He certainly has. He's been the best ruckman on the ground.
So that brings Jackson Crabb back out onto the ground.
The margin is 10 points. Metropolis, I think it's now or never, straight down the middle of the ground. Big leap by Wren, couldn't hang on. Comes out to Cousins. Cousins had it knocked away by McLeod. Spins out of a tackle. Tried the drop kick going to the ground. Banfield slips it away to Kemp. 2 minutes to go then. The kick towards midfield, picked up brilliantly on the half volley by White. Gets it across to Kemp, running hard again. Banfield sold into trouble. Back to White. White's hand pass not particularly good. Missed the target. Now they've got a problem. White goes again on his knees. No real pressure, but lost the footy. Gallagher comes away. Arches the back. Despairing lunge from Kemp, all to no avail. And McGregor takes a very good mark. Thought about going wide to McLeod. Decides not to. And we're down to 1:37 to go, and the clock continues to run. And speaking of runs, it's been a great run by the West Coast Eagles in the finals every year in the 90s. And that seems, well, it is. It's over tonight. And now 50. Now 50. Fraser Gehrig was taken back to the goal line. I didn't see why the 50 was awarded. Maybe he said something to the umpire. I can't believe that would be the case, because McGregor took a clear mark.
And we didn't see the new
hand gesture,
hand movement or gesture.
I was hoping to see that tonight, Sam. McGregor 10 metres out, kicks the goal to get Adelaide home. He's kicked 3.
Yes, and this last little burst, here we go again. Pulled in underneath from Mitchell White. Really had no players. He's really surrounded by Crows players. David Gallagher threw it onto his left foot. It falls short, and Ken McGregor in front. And yes, still not any the wiser why the 50-metre. Although he's shaking his head to Fraser. Maybe he did say something.
So the Crows are going to keep their slim final hopes alive. Bellotti contests in the middle against the running Wren. Bellotti wins it. They take it out of the middle. Reid is caught. Cousins is caught and loses it. Crowell's there as well. Wren's hand pass is okay. McLeod's on the end of it. Oh, beautiful control off to Rashido. The running machine's away, and Goodwin can finish it off. One behind.
3 goals, 5 from a running ruck rover.
Well, he came into the game with 12 goals, 15.
Played very well, though.
Gehrig back towards Bellotti. Uncontested, he takes the mark on halfback. Plays on quickly to Casey Green. He goes over the centre. The time has gone now for the Eagles. Cousins initially overran it. Byrne, and now Banfield. Drew's kick inside 50. Bickley dropped, but recovers. Gives it to Hart. The old firm there, working with Matty Connell on the halfback flank. James calling for it short. It matters not. The Adelaide Crows hang on, and they keep their finals aspirations alive. They have won eventually by 17 points. 15 goals, 17. 107. The West Coast Eagles gallant in defeat. A mighty comeback in that third quarter. 13 goals, 12-90. It was just a point in it at 3/4 time. And the eventual margin 17 points.
Interesting, Sandy. The Crows kicked 5 goals against the win. The Eagles only 2. 3-goal margin was really the margin of the game.
Let's go down to the ground. I think Curls is there with a couple of players, maybe Andy Goodwin, maybe Andrew McLeod, maybe half the team. Curls.
That's correct. Well, Andrew, they came back at you very hard.
Oh yeah, look, both teams, you know, their season's on the line, and they played according. And you know, credit to the boys, we stuck in there, and you know, we came home with the goods.
Simon, you seem to be getting a lot of shots for goal lately.
Yeah, no, I just can't kick them. So, something I'm working on, and try and get it right, and hope we get a bag one day.
Did you boys feel the extra pressure that was being applied by West Coast out there?
Yeah, definitely. You know, their midfield started to get on top in the third quarter, and to our credit, in the last quarter, we sort of fought on and really powered home.
Jakovic, of course, was a stumbling block for you all night.
Oh yeah, he's you know, he's a champion, and he was pretty tough back there. But we won the game, so that's the most important thing.
Final hopes are still alive. Well done, boys. Back to you, Sandy.
Thank you, Curls. Yes, they certainly are still alive. Crowd of 35,425 braving pretty wintry conditions. Gary Ayres, Darryl Hart and the team can leave well satisfied that they're hanging on to be there again come finals time. Out of 10, Malcolm, how would you rate that performance, given the conditions?
Yeah, it's always difficult, wasn't it? The kicking was fairly difficult early, and then that rain came and slipped and slided. Probably out of 10, I don't know, probably 6.5, I suppose. And the Eagles probably weren't far away. I mean, it was a 3-goal game, which, you know, at the end of the day, it was really the Adelaide's first quarter probably set up the win.
And what about the West Coast Eagles, Mel? I mean, they gave their supporters great value over the years, didn't they, before tonight eventually ends their run?
Yeah, look, I mean, that's true, Dennis. I mean, they've been a great footy club. I mean, they've been the admiration, really, of Australia, really, for most of the 90s. So they're going through some building up times as we watch Tyson Edwards come off the ground in his 100th game, Nathan Bathurst in his 50th. But the Eagles, they've got some young players. They've had their injuries this year. They did have a horror run there for a while. And, you know, like the Crows, they've had their injury shares as well again this year. So they're 2 teams, I guess, either side of their premierships have just struggled a bit to maintain a good team together.
Just for Andy McLeod as well, 29 possessions, and what a game. And we made the point almost laughingly in the final term, if there was a man going to bob up, it was about time he did. And of course he did. He got some important possessions across half forward. Good at 5 goals, 3 in the second half. I mean, he is one of the most exciting players probably in the top 3 or 4 in the competition.
Oh, there's no doubt now that his last, it seems like 3 months. He started off the season slowly, but since then, him and Mark Rasciuto and Simon Goodwin's just chimed in the midfield. They've been very good for the Crows.
Looking ahead, Adelaide has Brisbane next week here at Football Park. Hawthorn at the MCG in the penultimate home and away round. And then one that could decide it all. Just happens to be against Port Adelaide, and it will be played right here at Football Park. Perhaps a fitting way to end the home and away season. Well, he cuts a lonely figure, Sean Wren, but he was battered and bruised early on, but they've come through, and I'm sure they'll be in pretty good voice.
Adelaide prepares for the arrival of the Olympic torch at the Town Hall. We'll capture all the atmosphere live, plus exclusively the Crows Team of the Decade and Player of the Decade. We'll tell you first on 7 News.
The flame that the people hold, they light it up in a big sort of a tub, and that lights up the whole Olympic Games.
Do you want to go to a really humongous party? Coca-Cola is giving away 90,000 tickets nationally to Redfest, their Olympic opening ceremony parties in 5 capital cities. Catch the action on this. Plus, you'll see bands, pro skateboarding, celebrity basketball. Check those blades. DJs, dance tents, and way more. Be first to send in 15 Coca-Cola tokens to get your ticket. But hurry, there are limited tickets to Redfest, and they'll go as fast as an ice-cold Coke on a hot, hot day. Hit Redfest for more and enjoy.
$4,999 including GST, $25 a week including GST. Hilton Motor Company has dropped their prices, so cars are still only $4,999 with GST included.
Or $25 a week.
Want a big car?
Want a little car?
Family car?
Wagon?
Want a sports car, van or ute?
Want a 4-wheel drive or 8-seater?
With warranties available on all vehicles. $4,999 including GST.
At the Hilton Motor Company, corner of South and Burbridge Roads.
$25 a week including GST.
Adelaide's best home loan, Great Southern Loan, just got better, and here's why. Your salary now goes straight into your loan and repays it quicker. The loan service line gives you easy access to your money as you need it. This flexibility with the low standard variable interest rate and no ongoing fees cannot be arranged by your bank or loan broker. Support the local Adelaide business that is helping thousands of South Australians own their homes sooner. Call Great Southern Loan now for a free brochure.
Monday, AM Adelaide's Renee Leith talks with the stars of Seven's brilliant new mini-series, The Potato Factory.
The minute you get your kid off, you know that people are going to talk about it.
An exclusive launch party, and you're invited. Monday, 10 o'clock on 7. On Today Tonight, just 16 and she's living with a 41-year-old neighbour.
He's taken her away from us.
A parent's nightmare.
I'm not a prisoner! You are a prisoner!
The Adelaide schoolgirl who's moved in with the man next door. That's 6:30 on 7.
A real battle to the end here at Football Park tonight after Adelaide looked to be cruising with a 30-point advantage at half-time. The West Coast Eagles had other ideas. Adelaide eventually getting home by 17 points, 15-17 to 13 goals, 12. Of course, the other game to start round 19 was played tonight. That was between the Kangaroos and Geelong. Before we check on the scores, let's have a look at some of the highlights of that game.
Bizzle just worked underneath. He's just out of touch, isn't he? Snell's got it. Decided to blaze. Didn't use anyone. Graham, good bar. Was held onto anyway.
And of enormous stature, but he's very quick.
Stabs it and he's got his second. Bangs it to the pocket and gets it right to the line. Milburn. Still Milburn. Danger. McGrath. He's in trouble. Keely's going to kick a goal. That will really hurt. That is a tall structure, isn't it? Backhanded by McKernan was clever. To Bell, uses Simpson, stretches himself, and kicks a great team goal. McKernan, they've had a lot of free kicks.
He was just kicking quickly to carry one out.
Which is a great kick. Have a look at this. Going and going and going. He's kicked 7.
Their hopes almost died with those 4 shots on goal that gave them nothing, no return.
Houlihan gets it from Bizzle. That's a great goal. Under. It's a good hit. It's not going to be a goal. Big fly McKernan. He's kicked 8 goals, McKernan. He's gone, Blakey. He's gone. He got it out. Half volley by Graham. Gets it to Houlihan. He's normally a great kick for goal, and he's kicked it. King back there, belted away by McKernan. Little give okay from Clark to Mooney. Good goal. That's a great kick.
Some exciting action there from the Kangaroos and the Cats. Corey, by the commentary, certainly amongst the goals. But if you don't want to know the scores, then look away now, because here they come. Take a break from Football Park. We'll come back shortly to say farewell and check on Malcolm Blight's votes for tonight's game.
Setting for the most bruising battle of the year.
What a tackle!
2 proud nations playing for one ultimate prize. The Bledisloe Cup, Australia versus New Zealand, live on 7.
Nothing stops New York except maybe the Olympic 100 meters.
And I hear you guys down under have that guy, Matt Shervington. Ha!
Well, we've got the man.
He's mean. He's lean. He's Maurice time for green to turn gold.
On the track, Michael Johnson's going to go platinum. I mean, how much gold can one man have?
Gold in the 200, gold in the 400.
Look at the time! In the women's 100-meter sprint, all Americans will be watching Marion Jones and Ingrid Miller.
Supergirl and Wonder Woman. Stand back, Sydney, and let him through.
I'll be watching that.
Seven's broadcast of the Olympic Games will be brought to you by Ansett and Victoria Bitter.
The flame that the people hold, they light it up in a big sort of a tub, and that lights up the whole Olympic Games.
I enjoy exploring my creative side. I think I've got a pretty good eye. In Taekwondo, you need speed, power, agility, and a good eye. A killer instinct helps too. I'll need all those things to achieve my goals. To represent Australia in Sydney and to win our first Taekwondo gold.
Telstra is proud to celebrate Australia's Olympic hopefuls.
I'm young, I'm handsome, I'm fast, I'm pretty, and can't possibly be beat.
I have wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. I murdered a rock, injured a stone. I told you today I'm still the greatest of all time. I told you all that I was the greatest.
It is Mitsubishi.
The perfect fit now has the perfect offer.
Affordable monthly memberships.
Now that makes perfect sense.
Calling all shops and businesses, you got your free $200 GST voucher yet? A&R are registered GST suppliers, so bring in your voucher and use it to start getting GST ready. At A&R, buy or rent using your GST voucher to help cover the costs. Or get new business software, MyOb, Quicken and more. A&R Computers are registered GST suppliers, so G, see you soon. Port Adelaide and Melrose Park.
There's no better choice when it comes to car insurance.
For those of you who may have just arrived home, here is the final score from Football Park tonight in front of almost 35,500 fans. Adelaide keeping their finals hopes alive, 15-17, 107. Defeated a gallant West Coast, 13-12, 90.
The Coca-Cola AFL Premiership Season 2000. Proudly brought to you by Victoria Bitter. Mitsubishi Magna V6. One drive and you're hooked. McDonald's, McCatch, match and win. And Telstra, making life easier.
Time now to check out the best players on the ground and our votes as far as Malcolm was concerned in the Mitsubishi Motors Player of the Year. 3-2-1, how'd you see them?
Yeah, look, I've given it to Andrew McLeod, 3 votes. A great game, just class all night. Glenn Jakovic was almost impassable at centre-half back for the Eagles, and any one of a number of players, but Simon Goodwin got the 1 vote for Adelaide.
Okay, and the ladder, well, you have a look at that and you can see that Adelaide keeps its finals hopes alive with 9 wins and 10 losses. But let's have a look at the matches still to come, and it's certainly a very, very interesting round with, that's next week actually, round 20. So we look ahead to great excitement and a wonderful finish to the season. Adelaide Crows still alive, Malcolm. Enjoy tomorrow night at the Team of the Decade here for the Crows.
This match in the 2000 AFL season. Proudly brought to you by The Advertiser. Fresh from the field. Sip and save. Ultratune. In tune with you and your car. Coca-Cola. Get caught red-handed. Amy, Nike, Mitre 10 and Medibank Private.
Come and find out what makes SA great at SA on Show 2000 on the 5th and 6th of August at the Ridley Convention and Exhibition Centre, Wayville Showgrounds. Admission is free to this fabulous showcase of South Australia's finest. There are products, services and projects on show with great displays, great samples, great entertainment and great family fun. So make sure that you're there between 10 and 5 to find out what makes SA great. Proudly sponsored by Coles Supermarkets and the Government of South Australia.
Channel 7, the one to watch.